car day. And on our consumer show or on our lifetime lifestyle problem solving show, it's good to have a day for cars because other cars and homes, but homes break up into so many categories. And so, whatever you have, you call with. But with cars, there are not as many categories. But buying, selling, and maintaining, call us. Now, if you have other problems, you can call us. And we usually get experts from the referral list. Today is no exception. We have Al Aramis from Pro Auto Care, and we have Jeff Kimmer from Kimmer Transmission. And Nick might drop by from Flexit, Colorado. Let's just go to the phones. How about that? The number is 303-713-TALK. John is one of those problems that came in, and we got back to him about his Dodge Ram on 2014. Guys, can I ask a question in general? John, hold one sec. Did you buy this new or used, John? Just curious.
About it used.
Okay. Do you like Dodge in general?
I did.
Yeah. I'm just curious, guys. In general, Dodge, are they good? Is that a good brand?
They're a fantastic truck.
The Charger's cool, but how about the truck?
No, they're a very good truck.
Yeah.
If I was to list my favorites as far as the big three in United States manufacturers, Chevy, then Dodge, then Ford.
Chevy, Dodge, and Ford. What would you say about Toyota Tundra?
They're a really good truck.
Better than those three?
If you want something in the half-ton market, then they're just as good as the Dodge or the Chevy.
Do they make a three-quarter?
They do not make a three-quarter-ton truck.
They make a half.
Correct.
Is there a quarter-ton truck too? Is that a such
Well, that
thing?
would be more like your Tacoma, same size as the S10.
So anyway,
Ranger.
Al, what about you? You like them?
So in the Dodge trucks,
yeah,
I love the style and the look.
Yeah, they were the first ones with fenders.
Yeah, and
Real
I just
fenders.
just the little touches like the molded rear bumpers have lined up with the exhaust and the utility boxes.
Cool stuff. The cosmetics for sure.
Yeah, so the cars, my opinion of that company is the lower end cars, their entry, the more are not that good. You get the 300s, you get the Chargers. They build a much better product based on price. Where there are manufacturers like, say, for Toyota, a Corolla is a very low-priced car.
But
a
good.
Civic is low, and they build a good quality, low-priced car.
Yeah. So, John, what's going on with your Ram 1500 Eco Diesel?
Well, like the other gentleman stated, it's a pretty good truck, but as with all vehicles, some people get lucky and stiff that lemon, and I think that person was me.
What? Tell me what's going on. Let's get right to the problem.
Whole history or
first, here's what I'd like to do for today. Let's talk about today and work backwards. What's wrong?
So, I am currently without a vehicle.
Okay. What's wrong with it?
I've got a week ago, I got stranded on the side of the highway. Heard a big pop, saw sparks come out the side. All this started after the vehicle went into limp mode.
Okay.
And so I got out. The DPF was red hot. I reckon 3,000 degrees.
What was? What are you calling it? The DPF? Did you say?
Diesel particulate filter.
Okay. I didn't know what that was. Okay, so that is red hot. It was a glowing?
Yes.
Wow.
And there's like a flexible mesh connection just beyond that had a baseball-sized hole blown into it.
What do you think happened?
And so there was a recent recall.
Yeah.
That isn't fully issued. I haven't received the letter yet, but it basically states there's EGR cooler problems, and if you notice low coolant.
So are you sure this is? Are you sure,
dealership.
John? This is going to be a recall. Did someone tell you that, or you know that?
It's online.
Okay.
Even the service advisors are aware of it, but they just haven't made enough parts to send out the letters yet.
Okay. And is the recall on the EGR or on the cooler?
The EGR cooler, I believe.
Oh, the EGR. I didn't realize there is an EGR cooler, but let's not get too technical. Let's just talk about this.
Maybe it's the same thing. Yeah.
Let's just talk about this. Why do you not have a truck, John? Why are they not fixing it? Is it? It's under extended warranty, right? How many miles on it?
It's got 101,000.
Okay.
And the only reason I have an extended warranty is I just had the emission recall done about 2-3 months ago. And that was a whole settlement similar to the Volkswagen with emission cheating.
All right. So what's going on? Oh, wait a minute. What's going on right now? What are you calling about today then? Are you upset about what? What's happening?
Just the way the dealer's been interacting.
Now, are you talking about in general or just you? Are you saying you don't like Dodge and what they're doing, or this particular case with this dealer?
This particular instance, and the dealer's been generally pretty great to work with.
Who's the dealer?
When you go in,
who's the dealer?
This is Boulder Dodge.
Yeah, we haven't heard much from Boulder Dodge, so I got to believe they can't be teeming with problems. Boulder Dodge. Okay, so what do you want us to do for you? It's in the shop right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just heard you're an advocate for.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I want to know. Right. And all kinds of issues. So I want to know what you want us to do. Here's what I mean, John. We can call, and a lot of times when people know, oh my gosh, that may be low priority, but then they hear we're talking about it and people are watching and keeping an eye on it. Sometimes my influence is over exaggerated. Sometimes it's under exaggerated. But no matter what, it does seem to get people's attention, which is good. And not because of me, but because people listen. So that's what we are. We are a group of people together, and I'm leading. And I say, hey, this is good, this is bad. Some people agree, some people disagree. But for sure, I need to know why you're upset. I mean, we'll call them, but are you upset because you took it in there a month ago and they've done nothing? Are you upset? Why? What's happening? What's the problem? Other than the actual problem, what's the problem with this dealer and you?
It's not so much the dealer. I guess it would be just the corporate procedures of FCA.
Okay. Are they not getting parts quick enough? Tell me what you need.
I just can't get any direction, and it's been very adversarial from the get-go.
From who? Adversarial with the dealer?
Yeah.
Okay. This is weird.
So,
you have a truck under an extended warranty. I don't even understand why it would be adversarial. When you took it into the dealer, okay, the service department, what was adversarial? You took it in, and what happened? Did he say, "Hey, get it out of here"? I mean, how does that turn adversarial? You're not very forthcoming with information for us to help you with. Right now, it just sounds like you have a truck, it's in the shop. What? I got to get to the problem.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm trying to speak. So
all right.
I took it in, and they reviewed it, and right off the bat that afternoon, they're saying, warranty's absolutely not going to cover this because you had an overheated transmission and you have an aftermarket transmission pan, and you were towing something heavy. Well, that diesel particulate filter that was red hot sits right next to the transmission pan. So if it happened to throw that overheating code on the transmission, I would think that's common sense.
So the way it stands today, now I understand. You're upset because you had a problem with your truck. They're not going to cover under extended warranty because of an aftermarket part or two. Okay. So is that the way they stand today? Are they saying this problem is not part of the recall, you caused it?
So from what I understand, it's currently under forensic investigation.
Okay, and that's where, okay. So they're either going to come back to you and say, this is covered, or it's not covered, and here's why, right? But you're saying, wait a minute, you got a recall coming out. It's too much of a coincidence. Is that where we stand right now?
Yes.
Okay.
But also the fact that I had been in a month prior because the early symptoms of this issue had occurred.
And what did they say when you went in earlier?
They couldn't replicate the issue.
Okay. And you think they had the information back then on this recall coming?
Well, based on what I explained, the service writer, he could smell the same smell I could, and it was, that burnt.
Why are you going to Boulder? Why are you going to Boulder Dodge?
I work in Boulder.
Okay.
It's convenient.
Okay, gotcha. Where'd you buy it?
I bought it in Ohio, and it's actually a Canadian truck, which has been some of the heartache as well.
All right, here's the bottom line, John. If you don't like the dealer, you should find another one, but I would wait until they come out with their decision on whether they're covering it or not. But when you take it to another dealer, I wouldn't mention the controversy. I would just simply say, I understand you got a recall coming out on this. I'm experiencing some serious problems. I need to get it fixed. And I would just cut bait with this dealer. But right now, until they make a decision one way or another, we have the problem, though, and here's what I'd like. I would like any invoices you have from them or diagnostics sent to us. I'm going to give this to Dan the man, Deputy Dan. So, Daphne, get John's information for Deputy Dan. Let's wait a few minutes. Let's wait until they come up with a decision. Al, do you have something to say about it?
Yeah, and so what's happening likely is that the manufacturers involved, the district service rep, the DSR, is probably getting involved and they're trying to get the factory involved on the problem, the issue, which causes that's the forensics being done. Jeff looked up to see the recall.
Okay, let's talk about it coming up, okay? Because here's what I want to know. I want to know about the recall, but I want to know something else for our entire car audience. When the hell are they going to stop blaming aftermarket parts? And when should they blame aftermarket parts? You know what? That's one of the greatest, that's one of the most common excuses I'm getting right now.
Yep, they can tap out. Now void your warranty based off of it.
You've got an aftermarket seat cover in there.
Yep. Oh my God, it's getting ridiculous.
Dude,
That's
exhaust
a
tips.
good one.
Would the pan have anything to do with it? Aftermarket pan just holds more fluid?
No, but
right?
that's also why this is an extended warranty. So.
But they extended it. He didn't buy it. They extended it because of their recall.
Oh, that's what he's saying?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. But
What did you say?
They had that recall on that diesel, just like the VW thing, so they extended it to 120,000 miles.
Because of the problem they're having.
Right.
Why would he switch the pan? I didn't hear that.
A lot
That
of
was
guys
just
do it
one
on the
of the
trucks.
things.
You probably just put on more
Well,
of those deeper
sometimes with the
aluminum.
coolers.
Yeah, they're deeper and they also have vents on them. They
But
look
also,
good,
right,
they're
for
cool.
cooling, right?
Yeah.
And also,
Not worth the money
isn't it
spent
true,
on
though,
it.
when you put a cooler in, you need more of a reserve?
No.
No?
Nope.
So,
Did
but
you
the
see
recall
this
that I
deal
looked
last
up.
night?
Wow. Wasn't
Did you
that
see
something?
Yes.
What,
the
the
Browns
hit?
Pittsburgh
Yeah.
game.
Tom was watching.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, that dude lost his cookies.
And he said he lost it and stuff. But when they were down,
he didn't seem very sorry if you look at the interview.
when they were down, the Pittsburgh trying to pull his off, and that's why he got so mad, or?
No, what
Well,
happened?
it was a late tackle to begin with.
It was a late.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
The guy had let go of the ball, and he was already engaged. But he continued to body roll him and then slam him.
I
to
got
the
a spot
ground.
coming up, right? Whenever you want me to, when?
And the part we never hear is the
1
exchange
minute.
of words.
Yes.
We don't ever hear.
Well,
Yeah,
I
a
would-
minute long.
I would say that too, though. I mean, words are words, so what? You don't
Right.
take a helmet off.
But this is a game where people are pretty fierce. I mean, it's kind of like saying, hey, that dog bit me. Well, it's a dog. I
Well,
mean,
they're always-
it's got teeth.
But they were down by 2 touchdowns. Cleveland
they
was
were.
winning.
Yeah.
Well, and then
Yeah.
Pittsburgh walked off when there was supposed to be another snap.
Yeah, they did.
Technically, the game did not complete.
That's right.
There was
They
5 seconds
have
left
to-
on the clock.
you
Well, they
have
still
to-
let it run, though, even if you walk.
They made everybody clear the field and redid it. It was chaos. I think the refs did a decent job, but I think they let it get a little out of hand. And so you go to the coaches and basically say, you need to get a replay off of here. The media ran out on the field and there was still 10
10
minutes.
seconds away.
Let's see what we do.
So did the game finish?
Yeah.
You know, Denver trial lawyers for catastrophic injuries will fight for you. They'll fight. They'll go to court. They know how to go to court. They know how to go to trial. Mark, what's this thing you just told me about? Just one of the latest verdicts, or was it a settlement or a judgment?
It was
Whatever.
a settlement, $5 million. Apparently, some employee of a school district somewhere here in Colorado was molesting a kid or some kind of sexual assault.
Oh,
They got
God.
$5
By the way,
million.
If that happens with a therapist, a doctor, or if you have a product problem, a hospital, assisted living facilities, nursing homes, any number of injuries, you don't know where to turn. DenverTrialLawyers.com for catastrophic injuries. Now, you may say, well, Tom, what's catastrophic? Give them a call. Run it by them. Free consultations always. And remember, they only get paid when and if you get paid. they have had more than, or let's put it then, nearly $500 million, that would be $500 million in settlements and trials and verdicts and judgments. DenverTrialLawyers.com.
18-wheeler to teach your son how to drive. It's too big.
He's probably out for the season.
So, John does not have any current invoices
What do you
for
mean?
what's going on right now
The
because
Miles guy that
purchased
took
in
the helmet.
Canada and they
I'll bet you
can't
kicked
sit
him.
next to each other.
No. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about something else.
Does he have an invoice?
We're talking about important information.
No, I was watching the game. I saw it.
You watched the game?
About that.
I watched
I
it
just
live.
want to know
So
what
did
they're
you see
doing.
the quarterback when attacked him too, though? He went right out.
Boy, this
The whole,
guy's
it was a
worse than-
melee. I mean, it was crazy towards the end.
I thought it was WWE or whatever they call it.
You're right. Kind of like using a helmet instead of a chair.
Yeah. I always liked the chair, but the helmet's a new twist.
It's easier to hit.
Helmets would hurt, man. Luckily, I think he hit him with that padded part. Otherwise, he would have split him.
God, can you imagine that? It would have just been
Blood just coming and knocked
gushing
him out.
down and
Yeah. And then somebody came in and went and got a chair.
they pulled the seat from the stand out.
Yeah.
and brought it out.
It's been quiet with that Mark here. I wasn't even here. It was quiet.
Did you help them find that, Mark, or they found it right the line? They did it pretty quick.
What are you talking about?
The line up here as far as for hooking it into the internet?
No, they found it. Yeah, they didn't even have to rerun it. They kind of,
Is
they
that
grabbed one that was already running there and just kind of redid it.
Okay.
So they didn't have to run the cable.
That's pretty quick, I thought.
Get your truly free credit scores and free credit monitoring from Credit Karma
Oh, then
today.
did you see the other guy that hit the quarterback?
66 was trying to pin him down so he wouldn't do anymore.
Which is good.
66 was fabulous.
I think there's going to be a few Browns that will be not playing.
Oh, they're the rest for the rest of the season.
Well, the guy that hit the quarterback right
Yeah.
at the end there,
Yeah.
he's probably just for a couple days.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
Oh, you watch.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by CBD, products that work, and it's basically Panacea Life Sciences in Golden. These guys have a pharmaceutical lab out there, and thank goodness we have them so close, right? But, hey, you go online, realcbdthatworks.com, and they will help you with pain for sure. And then when it comes to sleep, wonderful. Dan, I'm going to get you a bottle so you can try that. It's coming for sleep. And then also for anxiety. Maybe I'll give that to Mark to chill him out a little. And that's realcbdthatworks.com. Okay, so what's on your mind today? And this issue is very simple. He's anticipating the worst from a recall. Do dealers look for reasons to get out of recalls? Or manufacturers? I don't think dealers do, because dealers get paid.
Not so much for recalls as much as for warranty work. Because typically,
Why
a
don't they get
recall
paid?
is going to be something where they for whatever reason they've seen such a large number of failures, or it's a danger, so they've got to get them in and get them fixed.
But okay, I'm not talking recalls now. Let's talk warranty. The dealers get paid from the factory for the warranty. Why would they want to not have
They
it?
also are trying to mitigate or keep those warranty claims down. Yes,
Why?
they get paid, but that's an interest
Does it
of
count
the
against
manufacturer.
them? Well, come on, warranty claims would count against
Well,
it.
every dealer has a warranty clerk. I worked at dealers for years. The warranty clerk does the process.
Is he on? He is on.
I hit it. I am so sorry.
Now you're on. Go
I
on.
apologize.
Go ahead.
So there's typically a warranty clerk that actually does those processes, takes the labor, submits them to them electronically, collects the parts, turns them in when they're asked for. Yes, you do get paid. It is at a lower amount. Now, you asked the question, do dealers try to pull out? I don't think they will do that because it's bad if you don't take care of a customer.
Well, I understand.
But-
What I'm asking is, does the manufacturer hold it against a dealer when they put in a warranty claim? I mean, are they supposed to, like an insurance adjuster? Insurance adjusters are supposed to get rid of the claim or mitigate it.
Right.
First, try to deny it. Okay?
I never was a service manager, so I don't know at a dealer level, but I do know they count everything you do, including your CSI, how much warranty you produce, how many of the parts returns, what have you. So you even asked another question a little bit earlier, which was, are they trying to get out of coverage?
Yeah.
Well, there's this big thing which comes like if you added performance parts or if you've made changes or modifications.
Yeah, that's a separate issue, the aftermarket. I'm talking about, do dealers consciously look for ways to deny warranty claims and recall claims because it counts against them? Or is their job to first be an adjuster?
I don't. Here's my experience.
I'm asking your gut feeling.
His experience. We get cars that come in. We know stuff's covered under a warranty.
Yeah.
And or will be covered by the deal because they've extended it. We send customers. There's yet a customer come back says they didn't take care of me. That's my experience.
What the hell?
They
Okay.
will do it. They will take care of them.
Now, I've always been told, and Rolly Purifoy told me this from Purifoy Chevrolet. He says, look, we get paid from the factory if we do warranty work. Now, obviously, we're not going to let anybody steal from the factory, but we'd be happy to do warranty work. And I didn't get the impression he looks for ways to get out of it at all. I got the impression that he loves doing it, but who knows? This whole climate's changing. So we're done with John right now. We're going to follow it along. John, is there anything else you concern you? We're going to see what the dealer says about your recall. And if we think it's unreasonably denied, we're going to look into this. Now, is there anything else on your mind on this?
Yeah, I just feel like people that work on their own vehicles, they're competent, know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be treated like criminals.
Okay, I know what you mean. Yep, he's saying, look, you know what? That is absolutely true. Okay, guys, when you get someone in who does their own maintenance, don't you kind of look askance at it a little and think, oh, man, now I don't know, how do you guys feel about that? That's a good point. I do think dealers look at them thinking, oh, well, he screwed it up. You know, what do you think? I think so. I think they're biased against people who do their own work. What's going on with Sarah? We have lines open at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. What's going on, Sarah?
Thank you. I have a problem that I need you to solve.
Uh-oh.
I live over at Torrey Pines.
Okay.
Which is a 3-story condominium.
Yes.
I live on the 2nd floor.
I recall getting complaints about this place. Other complaints, but I'm not sure. I'll look into that. So tell me what's happening.
So currently, right now, the elevator is broken. Excuse me. I'm on the 2nd floor. I can take the stairs, no problem. My neighbor above me is in a wheelchair, and he cannot leave his unit. He's been stuck in his unit since Sunday when the elevator went broken.
Wow.
My neighbor across the hall, Bella, she's really sweet.
Now listen, has this person? I mean, it's terrible that he's stuck, but has it affected him directly or so far, or
no, because people come in and help him. You know, I check on him, make sure he's got groceries.
Well, when is it going to get fixed?
The notice right now says until further notice, that it's out of order until further notice. There's nobody here currently working on it. It's been out since Sunday morning.
It could be they can't get anyone there. I mean, do you think I don't see a reason why they would purposely want to see it out, and not get it fixed.
I don't know what the reason is. They just say
how
that they're
about
aware
this?
of the
How
problem.
about they can't get someone there to work on it? Or are you thinking they are purposely failing? I mean, what do you think is going on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't call you because it went out Sunday morning. I notified them. They said they are aware of the problem. They've had now 5 days.
What would you like us to do?
Light a fire under the guy.
Okay. All right, Daphne. I think she has a good point. I think, it might be a good reason, but we'll say, look, you have an elevator out in a building with how many floors is it?
3.
And you have elderly people on the 3rd floor for sure, right?
Yes. So elderly people on the 2nd floor that cannot leave.
On the 2nd,
okay. Coming in and out. And on the 3rd floor is a gentleman who loves to leave in his wheelchair, go to swim classes, have people pick him up. He cannot leave.
Okay, hold on. We'll place a call for you. We'd love to do that. People, we even call on unusual problems. Do you know we called one time because a guy wanted to say he was sorry to his girlfriend? You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. He wanted to say he was sorry. He wanted to say, don't evict me. Well, of course, it had something to do with that too, right? But in any case, we have called and settled neighborhood disputes. We have called to try to patch up relationships. Hey, there's no problem we won't handle. We may not be so successful at some of them. Speaking about problems, listen, I can't go without this being said. When you have a sport like football and a guy grabs the helmet and then beats the guy with it, now that's weird. And if you saw his news conference afterwards, you know we don't talk sports and politics and all that, but hell, I'm not talking sports now. I'm talking assault. The fact that he's in a game, is it any less of an offense? What do you think? Is it any less of an offense? Or is it still an offense? What is it different? Do these circumstances make it different where you don't haul him off to jail? What do you think, Mark? What do you think? Obviously,
I'm sure he signed something with the NFL.
Obviously, well, what I'm saying is, it's obvious if somebody walked up on the street and grabbed your purse or your
but
laptop,
that's not during a football
or
game.
no, that's me, and smacked you over the head, he'd be arrested, right? But the fact that it's during a game, I'm sure police would say he probably didn't have the intent from the beginning of the game. It just happened in the heat of the passion, blah, blah, blah. But you're saying somebody signed, you're thinking that they can't sue each other civilly? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, Mike Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear, and he never got in trouble. That's pretty bad.
God, that is pretty bad. What do you guys think of that? That's seriously a bad offense.
This is Denver's Talk Station.
With you got it, buddy.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter.
There was no criminal charges.
And then he spit it out, right?
And that's way worse than the helmet thing.
Oh, man. You know what? You're right about that.
How about when someone tries to beam the batter with the baseball?
Was that
a good one.
Anyway?
No, the Tysons did.
No.
Never.
You would have been really thinking.
But no one would. You wouldn't be able to afford to do any. The football league wouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
It wouldn't exist.
Yeah, you're right.
But you're right.
Because then how do you slice it?
That's been going on forever.
When you spear somebody with a helmet versus you hit them with a helmet. You see what I'm saying? He's now.
But if it's on the field, I'm still saying it wouldn't.
Probably not.
Nothing's going to happen.
No, I'm saying nothing's
wouldn't
gonna
have
happen.
a football.
Criminally.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can't.
Low.
You can't split it. You can't split the difference between that because it's
I don't think you can split the difference. Now, if you pulled a gun out and shot the guy, you might have an argument.
I have
Stab
Kane
him
and
4
Lazara.
times.
When do you plan on me doing these? There's 2 of them.
Well, somebody brings a knife in,
Normally
in their pants. So that
Pulls a knife out, stabs him. A shank.
K&H Home Solutions. You know what they are? They are home solutions for the outside of your home, for windows, siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for. Right now, this month, 2019 Energy Star partners want to offer you 35% off Provia entry doors. That's K&H Home Solutions, 35% off Provia entry doors. If you Google Provia, P-R-O-V-I-A, you'll see an extraordinary door. Now listen to this one. You mention Martino or Tom Martino or Troubleshooter or Pain in the Ass, you get an extra 10% off. That's 45% off. I'm just kidding about the Pain in the Ass. Be nice. But you mention Martino, get an extra 10%. You'll have 45% off. That's almost half off this damn door, and it's a great door. Now, why don't you couple that with siding or windows? Durable, energy efficient, beautiful, custom fit, made to K&H specs. Make your own appointment online to see an array of their products with no obligation, but make this appointment, khwindows.com.
I would guess the other guy would have to press charges.
When I have 2, we do one right after
Which
that.
then I would guess he signed something saying he wouldn't do that.
Oh,
so
okay.
he'd lose his fucking contract.
Right. Just like if they headbutted the ref.
So Trump didn't get impeached.
Is there a way that when
Trump
you
didn't
talk,
get impeached.
you can be louder than the program or interrupt the program? Like right there, you just did it. You're just pissing me off now. You just did it just then. Yes. That mutes.
I think
That
that's
did
Lori
too.
Loughlin
That muted
screwed,
program.
man.
Who?
Lori Loughlin.
Oh,
College
She's
man.
bringing it up.
Sometimes
Tell me
you're
the
mixed
most
in with
sensational
programming,
fight.
and
He should have
I
ate
hear
it
the
here.
thing, and I hear you in the background
Now that would
saying,
be bad.
"Oh,
I
help
know.
me, help me."
Just haven't pulled that around.
Take that. Next time it's
Take his mouthpiece
You
out.
sound like a little girl, an English girl. Help me, help me. I just want him to speak up. Jesus.
English.
Get Major in there. I'll hear him.
We're just a little Scottish girl.
Major's reserved today, man. Come back from.
Hey, guys.
Feeling good.
I'm leaving in probably, I don't know, whenever I want. I'm
Great.
gonna leave.
I mean, okay.
So if there's
yeah.
anything really important, get it out now.
What do you-
Before Mark takes off.
Oh my lord.
He's still on vacation mode.
Yeah, tell us about Hawaii, man.
It was great.
I can't get shit out of him. I tried.
You surf on? You learn to surf?
You did learn? Get up?
Oh, wait, that remote island.
Paddleboard.
Hold on. There was an island where they had a refuge for cats. Honest to God.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
pretty
Dave.
cool. Lanai.
For cats.
We went there. That was cool. No, we had a really good time.
Wait,
man.
can't cats climb up and jump out? Or do they have like an aviary with the birds? Do they have the...
No, they can't jump out. It's just a tall fence.
But
They're not jumping
probably
over that
happy
fence.
where they are, right? They get all the mice they want.
Is there such a thing as a happy cat?
I
Really?
don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, these would be feral cats then.
They are feral, but they're very calm. They're used to humans big
Oh,
time.
okay. Do you feed them?
I'll bet you there's
They
cats
give you
in there.
treats when you walk in to feed them. They
I'll
want
bet
you
you
to
there
feed
are cats
them.
in there never been touched by human. Do they do they
No,
spay and neuter, or do they allow them? They wouldn't. They'd have too many. If
Spray, neuter, and chip.
Okay, because otherwise
Renewed
that fucking
chip.
thing.
Wow,
would
you
go
got
on.
this down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are you a cat lover?
I do. I like cats a lot.
10 away.
Oh,
Now
huh?
8. Now 5.
Just throw a treat out. Makes it real easy.
This is the season when normal people turn into criminals because they go to an office party after work. They have a sip of bubbly, or they go to holiday parties.
They have
I'm
syphilis.
serious. This is nothing to make light of. It can ruin your life. It can. Well, it'll really ruin your insurance life. Here's the deal. If you drink and drive, you're an idiot. Consider ride sharing. Also, a designated driver, whatever it is, you need it with Joe Lazzara when you get charged. I hope you never do. He is a defense attorney and handles DUIs. That doesn't mean he makes it go away, but he helps you through the maze of the legal process, the dual process. You got one that's DMV and one that's criminal. He can, of course, get you off of this thing if it's done illegally or you're falsely accused, but even if you're just being stupid, he tries to make it so you have minimal impact to move on with your life. Joe Lazzara, 2 Z's, 1 R. LazzaraLegal.com, 303-429-6200.
Oh, wow. They got chairs for them.
Oh,
What?
dude, it's
I
crazy.
know, is that cool?
Yeah.
Are you showing him the
cats?
Suzanne showed me.
They're just fucking
I'm
everywhere.
Tom
have
Martino,
little-
Frank Duran,
600.
therealestateman.com. He is
Chinese restaurant next door.
just one of the best people I know, let alone real estate brokers. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, he assigned me to somebody on his team, and I thought, oh, so now I'm getting the B team. No way. He looks over every single deal and makes sure everything. They all operate on the same ethics and responsibility and efficiency. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Let's talk. So, Daphne, did you make a call on that elevator? I'm hoping. Shannon, pass that on to her, please. And Mike says he got a scam call. Deputy Dan got one right before the show. Hey, did you copy down that number, Deputy Dan?
I can get it.
Anyway, and I also want your opinion on whether or not this NFL player should be arrested, or is that ridiculous? Do cops start watching games now for offenses? But that was out and out. Grabbed a helmet and then smacked the guy over the head. That's wrong, right? Anyway, so what's going on, Mike? What kind of scam are you involved in?
Well, I got this voicemail this morning, and it's an automated message, and it said they were from the Social Security Administration, and my number
Oh wow.
was being suspended.
Yeah, yeah.
And that I was being
First of
sued.
all, let's make it clear. You do know it's a scam, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, how do they have my number? But I'm being sued, you know.
Yeah. How do they get your number? I think they're random.
Well, I got their number. They
Okay.
left a number.
All right, hold on. I want to call them. I want you to give that number to us off the air because I want to call, see if we can snag them. You know, most of these numbers are spoofed, though. They're not real unless they ask you to call back. Whenever I call back, then they hang up. Could it be there's too many of them to actually get word to each other about, you know, little old Tom Martino on the radio? I can't even imagine they would do that. So anyway, was there anything different about this, or is it the same old thing? You're being sued. Your Social Security account was compromised. They're taking away your benefits. You got a call, right?
Yeah, I gave Sue the number. I'll give it to you
Daff.
right now,
Daff's
if you'd
filling
like.
in for Sue
Daff,
today.
sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's call. Hold on. Let's call. Daphne, give me that number. Pat, talk about your Explorer or your Ford Explorer. Who's doing that's funny. Anyway, it's the Ford Explorer, a 2016. We have lines open 303-713 talk. Pat, what's going on with your Explorer? Hello, Pat? All right, Daff, we don't have Pat on the line. So that's that. Can you get me that scam number? Maybe I can grab that scam number. I want to call it right now. And then do you have it, Dano? Do you have yours? Okay. Dan's going to write his down, see if they're the same. I think they generate these numbers. They're spoofed numbers. And how do you do a spoofed number where it shows up false on a caller ID? Mark, do you know? Is it an app?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it dials into one number and then spoofs it on that server and then dials out.
And on that one, Tom, they told me to call back at that number.
Okay, can I use your name? All right. Let's do this. Wait, hold on. I just went out here. Shannon, don't disconnect me. Okay. All right. Damn, I just can't see. This no, it's not I can't see. I mean, I can't it just doesn't always tone and I'm not sure. Okay. Well, that's 3, 6, 1. Did it do it? 6, yeah. 6, 0, 3, 6, 6, 8, 9. Please don't hang up. Please be there. Dano, that number, didn't they tell you to call there? Well, there goes your Social Security. Doggone it. Steve says he works for Social Security. Let me see. Do you have an Indian accent, Steve?
No, I don't.
Then you can't be. Because all the people being called are with an Indian accent. What's happening?
Yeah, no. Well, hey, I have to do service work sometimes up at the Social Security office in Aurora, and I even asked them about that. I've been getting this phone call all the time, and I showed it to one of the supervisors. She goes, "That's a scam. We never call. We always mail you a letter if there's anything going on."
Of course. I think everyone knows that by now, right? I got something the other day, Steve, from Chase Bank. And it says you have to verify a charge. Capital One does that a lot. I mean, it doesn't seem unusual to me. And it says to log on. And it's chase.com, except right before chase.com, it's like 5h.chase.com. You can establish any kind of a domain you want. And then, for example, you could have a domain of how do they do it? They do. If you do your domain .this .that, you can do fake. It'll look like you have Chase. And it's really a phishing site. But I think most people are hip to this, right? You would think. But there are people every day calling who say, well, I went on and logged on. As soon as you log on, oh, my God, that password is used everywhere. Now, I did a really big mistake years ago with Google. I got slant somehow. Here's what it was. I was within Google doing something, and they said I had to verify who I am, and it was malware. So I simply put my password in again. And damn, they had everything. Now, it's lucky that Suzanne caught some bank transfer trying to go through, so we shut everything down and changed all the passwords. So this time, instead of my password being P, small case, PASSW0RD, I used capital P. So now it's capital PASS0RD. But see, I tricked him. I did the capital P, and instead of a regular O, I used a 0. So that's my password. And so I think that'll hold him off for now. So, Mike, you need advice on this scam, or do you know it's a scam? I mean, you pretty much know it's a scam, right?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you'd like to call them on air like you did.
That's what I do. I wanted to know, did you get the number, Daph?
Yeah. Well, I got it.
Okay, I'll just do it. Let's just do it live. She's like busier than a one-armed paper hanger. But
right.
you know, here's the deal. Okay, what is it?
239-676-6460.
Okay, you stay on. You stay on with me.
Your Social Security Administration, may I help you?
Yeah, my friend Mike got called and he needed my help. And so he just wanted me to be with him. Mike, tell her what you need to do because I just want to help him out. Mike?
Well, they asked me to call, and I'm wondering what's up.
Their Social Security problem, and I just want to help him. He's an elderly neighbor of mine, and that's a whole different story. I have to help him with a lot of stuff. I actually chew his food for him. But anyway, so what's going on with Mike's Social Security? Hello? Did you leave? Ma'am? Mike, she left, man. Doggone it. Let's try that again. Mark, why do they hang up right away? Do they have like...
Because you said he chews the food, or you do.
But why would she think that's weird? Okay, here's the deal. I didn't write the number down, so I'm going to have to do it again. Hey, Shannon, would you get that number from Mike off the air? Oh, do I have to take a break? Why didn't you tell me that? Okay, we'll make the call later, right after this. Okay, Mike, I'm sorry. Let me write it. We're off the air right now. Let me write it down. 23676.
So Tyson lost a Holyfield twice.
Thanks. Yeah.
The second one was the bid air.
Right, hold on.
He did not like losing to him. And because of the fact they were polar opposites. They were such polar opposites.
Oh, yeah.
It was just...
Holyfield's stand-up.
It's really funny until you actually do it.
You know, there was that day and age where watching the boxing, the names of the people, I don't find it as interesting now.
Well,
I don't either.
The boxing matches and stuff.
Why? Because of Ultimate Fighting.
I think so, and I think you're probably
you're probably right there.
You remember the days of Sugar Ray Leonard, and you think about all the names that followed. It's just...
Guess what I'm going to do?
Yeah, I agree. Plus, UFC's more exciting.
Okay, I'm going to do a spot.
Okay, sounds good.
Rocky Mountain Retro Foam is the name of the insulating company because they do this foam insulation. And it's retro because they go to old homes or homes that thought they had great insulation, and they show them the wonders of this stuff. You'll see it too in this video at this website, foamyourwalls.com. I'm serious when I tell you this is the best insulation you can do. Now, it's not a spray foam that hardens. It's not styrofoam. It is a soft, pliable, insulating foam, friendly to the environment, no off-gassing. It goes into the cavities and fills every nook and cranny. You can even work with it later on if you have to snake a wire or a pipe through. It's wonderful stuff. It makes your home up to 50% more energy efficient and about 80% more quiet. Foamyourwalls.com. You'll be amazed. Even if you think you don't need insulation, take a look at this one. It does to your old insulation. It pushes it away and takes its place. Foamyourwalls.com. I have time now or not?
So I think that's why UFC is so much more exciting, don't you? Plus it's so darn expensive going to a boxing match, right?
Boxing matches are out of control. I've always wanted to go to a title bout, but the money is as much as a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And a Super Bowl lasts a lot longer.
And you might not be very close either.
No, you're not going to get the great seats.
Yeah.
And so, but Sugar Ray Leonard, I was in Texas. I watched it at the Astrodome of all things. I was down there when that fight was, I forget who he fought, one of the big fights, and they were telecasting, and the guy, I was down, a friend of mine, his sister's husband was a total boxing fan, and he's like, let's go, I got tickets, and we went. It was totally cool. I mean, that was the great bouts back then. The entry guys that would fight were all good fighters, and now it just seems like it just lost its luster. I think the Don King promotion era might have headed down the tubes.
Maybe that's it. But like I say, I remember when Tyson was fighting. How could you say that he could ever lose?
Well, I won a hell of a lot of money when he fought Buster Douglas, man. I had all my money on Douglas.
Oh, you did?
Oh, hell yeah.
How come?
Because I knew he was going to get his ass pounded. He didn't have any real contenders up until Douglas.
But Douglas wasn't really a contender. He got beat the next time,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, 100%, but I knew it was coming up. I saw that one coming out of the
really?
woodwork. Yeah.
Wow.
So within Vegas, here for the SEMA show.
What was the odds on that?
I remember right, it was 6.5 to 1.
That's it?
Something like that.
Geez.
Oh, wow. In Vegas, went to the Mob Museum. They have a museum for the mob, multiple floors.
They have that in Vegas, too. This market.
This way pretty sure
he's on vacation. Okay, you got to give him the benefit of it, and he's not feeling well. Okay, so what was wild is they were talking about boxing and all the Rocky Marciano and the involvement with the mob and all the mafia groups, and then they even had a place. They played a video and they talked about Cassius Clay, later on Muhammad Ali, and how he was one of the first that had no affiliations with diets, and they didn't.
They're big into sports anyway. My uncle Dave played professional football, and he ended up getting busted for throwing games, getting paid under the table.
Better. Ready
Do I have another spot in this break?
He's talking millions of dollars. People do a lot of stuff with millions of
Make and
dollars.
receive phone
He was
calls,
also
capture call recordings, and easily
the reason
escalate to
why they
video
created the
if
NFL
need
created
arises.
a law.
And it works
Because
wherever you
God,
are, in the
it
office
is
or on your
amazing
mobile
how long
device.
it takes these
Zoom
assholes
When
to
he
get
got recruited out of Iowa, he signed up with Miami Dolphins.
One easy
Well, then he turned around.
Sign up for
He
Zoom Phone
just signed up for
online
Green
at
Bay.
zoom.com.
Then he turned around. Miami gave him a better offer, so he signed up with them also.
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. How many times do I say that? Do you know why I say it? Because it is ideal. You pick your own term. You want the low rate. You don't want to go back to 30. Or you have some credit hitches. They can get fixed. Now, that doesn't mean anything illegal. It means you can be approved already. But maybe there's something like you pay down a balance by $20 or $30. It could change your entire credit tier. They let you know and fix it because it's an ideal home loan for you. And also, they have the interest rate guarantee. Think about that one. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. You can call them for details, 303-867-7000. That's 303-867-7000. They also have a website where you can start the loan process because they don't need to be with you to talk you into anything. You can start it right there, and that's idealhomeloans.com. Idealhomeloans.com.
Ask Alexa to
So he ended up getting suspended for a half a season, and they actually created a whole different set of laws inside the NFL because of it. Because he had competing contracts.
That is insane.
Yeah. So then Vince Lombardi fired him 2 years later. So then he went down to
You know what I'm thinking? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm thinking that this whole Social Security scam, they somehow know when they got a pigeon on the line. I'm going to make, if I make this call now, I don't think I'll be able to get through with it. But I'll try it. And then no, you know what I'll do instead? No, here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to talk to Pat about his 2016 Ford. And then Sarah, the elevator, did you drop a dime on that one, Daff?
Yeah, I was hung up by the gentleman that's working on it.
Oh, wait.
But then I called the media relations person, left a message with them, and I called the Aurora Fire Department, and I'm asking them to call us.
Why would anyone... Okay, we're going to talk about this hang-up thing. That's wrong. Pat, What's going on? Pat. Oh, my God, these people. They call and they don't wait. So, bye. Okay, Daph. You called the place, and how did you get a hold of the person working on it? How did you get a hold of them?
So Sarah gave me the name of Mark.
You mean Sarah over at the property?
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice of her. Why did she do that?
And it was his extension and everything. No, this is, our Sarah. And so I called him directly.
Our Sarah.
Yeah.
That's Sarah, the caller Sarah, not the apartment manager. Okay.
Yeah.
And you called the guy working on it. Is that an independent service, or is it part of the...
It's Colorado Property Management.
No, that's okay. So what... Oh, wait a minute. You mean we were calling for a tenant concern?
Correct.
And Colorado property managers, they hang up?
Yep, he hung up on me.
Now, wait a minute. What exactly did you say? Did you say, hey, buddy, you better listen to me? What did you say?
I know you've heard me do it that way before, but no, I said, hi, my name is Daphne with the Tom Martino, he's a consumer advocate.
Did you say you were calling with a tenant complaint?
Yes, I said.
Concern?
Yeah, I said specifically, Torrey Pines, Building A, concern. There are people that can't get out. And he hung up.
You know what? How can I can hear a guy saying this. I'm not authorized to speak to the media, call our media, or we're looking into it, we're very busy, or anything. But there is absolutely, positively no excuse to hang up on an inquiry about tenant safety. So we're going to deal with that. What number did you call? I want to know where this jerk is. Quick.
303-671-6402, extension 25. That'll get you to Mark.
Extension 25.
Extension 25.
All right.
From ABC News, Wall Street Now. The benchmark S&P 500 managed to close at a new record Thursday, but the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the Nasdaq Composite slipped. The S&P 500 picked up 3 points. The Dow slipped about 1.5 points. The Nasdaq gave up 3. The United States and China may be closing in on a trade deal. The president's chief economic advisor, Larry Kudlow, says negotiators are getting close. A deal would likely include commitments from China to buy more American farm products and a rollback of tariffs on Chinese imports into this country. It's a mega merger between New Media Investment Group and Gannett. Those two will join forces in a deal that will create the largest U.S. media company by print circulation. And if you want to get a
Denver trial lawyers are attorneys that are really famous for the justice that they get for their victims. They have had verdicts and settlements and judgments totaling more than $300 million. They will offer free consultations always. For catastrophic injuries, they've gotten $70 million on a malpractice, $69.5 million on a birth injury, $23 million for defective products. Now, these are actual verdicts and settlements and judgments. If you or a loved one have been hurt by products, doctors, institutions, like nursing homes maybe, assisted living, if your insurance company is being unfair, you don't have to settle. Get lawyers who know their way to the courthouse and will fight for you. DenverTrialLawyers.com for catastrophic injuries. 303-647-4435.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver.
ABC News, I'm Alex Perez. A guilty verdict in the case against Roger Stone. President Trump's longtime confidant Roger Stone convicted today of federal crimes, including obstruction, making false statements, and witness tampering. Prosecutors accuse Stone of being the conduit between WikiLeaks and the Trump campaign. Former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine Marie Yovanovitch testifying today in the second day of impeachment hearings. Yovanovitch was asked about comments the president made about her in his July phone call with the Ukrainian president.
Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch said she felt threatened after President Trump's July phone call to the president of Ukraine. On that call, a transcript shows, President Trump told President Zelensky Yovanovitch was going to go through some things. By then, she had already returned to the United States, and she told investigators she did not know what the president meant. Yovanovitch has also said she was told of a concerted campaign against her by people with clearly questionable motives.
ABC's Aaron Katursky. This is ABC News. Amazon's new facial recognition technology reveals some snafus.
Amazon's commercially available facial recognition technology that's been pitched to police, worn by privacy advocates walking around Capitol Hill, recognized some people, maybe her, and recognized others, misidentified others. The activists cite dangers of the technology and urge lawmakers to restrict its use. Among the system's mistakes, identifying somebody as singer Roy Orbison, who died in 1988. Chuck Severson, ABC News.
A real-life Iron Man is taking flight right into the Guinness Book of World Records. British inventor Richard Browning, also known as Jetman, shattered his own world record for fastest flight in a jet suit. He sped through the skies at 85 miles per hour. Browning is the founder and chief test pilot of Gravity Industries, which designs, builds, and flies jet suits. Alex Perez, ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details. Need cash but have bad credit or maxed out cards? Now you can get a personal loan for up to $5,000, whatever your credit, with no paperwork. 27cash.com is one of the nation's largest personal loan networks. If you have a checking account and a regular income source, you can get cash in your account as soon as tomorrow. Type this into your smartphone or computer address bar. www.27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
What's in store this holiday at your local Staples?
Decking the halls with custom cards and invitations.
Staples makes connecting with clients and loved ones easy. With hundreds of holiday templates you can customize and call your own.
And right now, get 20% off select custom cards and invitations. Some can even be printed same day.
So deck the halls faster and for less this year at Staples,
where there's a whole lot in store this holiday.
Ends 12/28/19, limit 1. Visit staples.com/holidaycards or store for details.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW News Time, 11:03.
Aurora may have its new mayor. Former Colorado Congressman Mike Hoffman has declared victory more than a week after the election.
I want to first congratulate my opponents on a hard-fought race in which the ideas for Aurora's future were front and center.
Kaufman's margin of victory just over 200 votes now. Challenger Omar Montgomery is waiting to concede. He may release a statement later today. One person is dead and 2 others wounded, including a police officer after an early morning shooting in the Evans area.
Greeley police were responding to a call of road rage when they began a short, high-speed chase. Police say 2 people got out of the car they were chasing and started shooting. An officer was shot but is expected to be okay, and a suspect was injured and taken to a hospital. The second suspect was found dead inside a home where he barricaded himself after the chase.
That's Connor Shreve reporting. In sports, the Broncos travel to Minnesota to take on the Vikings on Sunday. Quarterback Brandon Allen gets his second career start. That's the latest. I'm Chad Hoffman.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Well, we do have some problems on I-225, a crash southbound approaching I-25, backing you up almost all the way to Parker Road. Then we have a crash 225 northbound at Parker Road. No major delays yet. We'll keep an eye on that one for you. Southbound I-25, construction causing delays from about 136th Avenue down to 120th. The right lane is blocked as a result of that. And look for some slow speeds westbound I-70 between Quebec over to York. Denver weather mostly cloudy, a little bit windy today, a high near 66 this afternoon, and overnight low in the mid-30s, 55 in Denver now. With your Impact Traffic and weather, I'm Bill Jones, 630 KHOW.
Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and
bought it because we were out of time. And then it happened, and I thought, why don't they advertise this? Or is it just me, or was I so fucked up? And you know what really got me? Because I didn't know what was wrong with me. I did not.
Your best does. I'm not kidding. I'm only kidding.
Compass doesn't do Wyoming, right?
And I'm telling you, I have no reason to say this. I don't think so.
When are we doing it? We're talking about it. Next break. I feel like I'm on a radio show or something, where I gotta wait till the next break to get the information.
What time is Stephanie take off?
630 KHOW has your shot at $1,000 now. Text the nationwide KHOW.
So the Whales are down there now, aren't they? Down by Maui?
You'll get a confirmation text.
No, they start coming in December. Right now it's dolphins everywhere, man.
I remember being out there hearing that.
They should be there when
thousands.
we're there.
What's that?
They'll be there when we're there. Hopefully, still have plenty of whales.
When?
March.
You going to hunt cats?
Huh?
You're going to hunt cats?
Bow and arrow. Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter,
Pussy.
fighting for you.
The show brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. By now, you ought to just know that, okay? There are so many products out there. Hey, if you find one that works, let me know. You know, I don't say there's only one in the world, but I've tried dozens and dozens, so why bother keep looking, right? If you find something that works for pain, anxiety, sleep, RealCBDThatWorks.com. It's Panacea Life Sciences out of Golden with a pharmaceutical lab. James says, I want to talk about e-gas and extended warranties. James is on the line, just like you can be at 303-713-TALK. It's car day today. Jeff Vick is with me from Kimmer Transmission, Alaramas Pro Auto Care, and the regular crew fighting for you. 303-713-TALK. So, James, what's up?
Hey, couple things. Rapid fire here. So, I want to talk about e-gasoline, right? Or ethanol-free gasoline.
All right.
And is that good for or recommended for cars? I know on the small engine guy
you're saying ethanol-free, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, of course, ethanol-free is optimal because that's how gas used to be. If anything, cars had to be adapted to burn better with ethanol. If you use no ethanol, of course it's fine. Well, guys, what do you think?
Oh yeah, ethanol is extremely corrosive. You can only have certain percentages in there without doing other modifications in order to put up with it. So if you've got access to gas that does not have ethanol in it, you're actually doing your car a favor.
And they were able to boost octane with the ethanol, so that's their method of enhancing the grade, which is kind of the cheap version of a premium.
I did not realize ethanol raises octane. It does?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's a little bit more expensive, too. But, you know, my small engine guy said always put it in your motorcycle stuff, you know, leave in your garage over the winter and everything. But, since I run, a tank of gas, every couple of days in my car, does it matter? Yes or no?
Well, with a car, they're all adapted nowadays. Are you talking about the ethanol-free, right?
Yes.
Are you asking?
Like the Murphy stations or the whatever?
I love that gas. I use that in my aircraft approved for auto fuel. I use the Murphy ethanol-free. Here's the thing, okay? If you have ethanol in the fuel or not with a newer car, it makes no difference. So the question is this, guys. Is it better or not on the newer cars, or doesn't it matter on the newer cars?
He's likely going to see a slight increase inside his fuel economy if he goes without the ethanol.
And you'll also see more power or not?
You can.
Hey, listen, guys, I don't care about fuel economy. I want to know if it's better for my engine.
Yes. I mean, let's put it this way. It's not worse for your engine. It's
exactly right. It's a trade-off of sorts. I mean, you're up at altitude. Not everything works as efficient as it needs to.
But
anyway.
It's still, is it better? I would say yes. Just slightly better.
I would agree with that. Yes.
Yes, it is slightly better. It is. We lit a fire. No, but here's what I want to say. All we wanted to do is inquire about the elevator. Inquire. We didn't even get a chance to. Because this idiot, Sarah, do you know what this guy's name is? And he's with the property management company, Colorado Property Managers. Do you know what is his name? Do you know?
Mark Dougal.
Mark. Now is Mark Dougal a repairman, or is he the manager over there? What is he?
No, he manages our property.
I'm an
owner. I'm not on the board. But he manages our building.
So you have a condo?
Yes.
Well, here's what I don't understand. Where the hell does he get off being rude?
He won't talk to me.
Well, hold on. Here's what I want to know. Here's what bothers me. Colorado Property Managers works at the behest of the owners. They are
Correct.
working for the owners. If the owners have an issue and are inquiring, he should, at the very least, be polite. He is working for you, and he won't talk to you, Sarah. He believes he's the boss.
No, he says they're working on it. When I've emailed him, because I work, I'm busy. I emailed him. He doesn't respond to my emails. I've been very polite with him and just asked him, hey, can you let us know what the status is?
So he's not
When can we
communicating.
expect?
Now, I am not suggesting that Mark Dougal, I want these people to listen, because no doubt Mr. Mark Moron Dougal and the morons over at Colorado Property Managers will have an attorney listen to this, because instead of taking care of people, businesses first, run all my comments past an attorney. So let me talk straight to their counsel. I am not proclaiming, or no, excuse me, I'm not demanding, or do I expect Mark Dougal or anyone at Colorado Property Managers to talk to us. But when we're calling on behalf of a tenant, even if we're lying about it and we say we're calling for a tenant, if we bring up a tenant, or excuse me, an owner, which is more than a tenant, and we're off the air, there's no reason to be rude at all. None. All you have to do is say, we can't talk, or this or that, whatever you want. But to hang up, what if we said there was an urgent matter concerning an owner? An urgent matter. You would never know. Never. That's what I'm saying, counselor. I'm also saying that based on my experience with this guy and the phone call, my opinion is he's a moron. And therefore, by extension, anyone that would hire a guy like this, they're morons. And I don't think they should be managing a property if they can't even be polite in one phone call. Isn't there a book somewhere that says when you're righteous in little things, you're righteous in much? In other words, if you're going to steal $1 million, you'll probably steal a quarter. I think it means something like that. A little thing like calling 303-671-6402, extension 25, and Mr. Mark Dougal answers, and we say, Mr. Mark Dougal, at 303-671-6402, extension 25. Mr. Dougal, we have a concern about one of your owners at, and the name of the property is, again, what is that, Daff?
It's Heather Gardens, and it's Torrey Pines.
Wait. What do you mean Heather Gardens? Did you just say Heather Gardens or Torrey Pines, or are they one and the same? What do you
Heather Ridge, you know, it's that huge community, Heather Ridge.
Well, it's not Heather Gardens. Sarah, are you any part of Heather Gardens?
No.
There's a reason I asked that. It's because, so it's Heather Ridge, is it?
Yes, that's the community near the golf course.
Okay. The reason I asked that is because we had a whole set of problems, and I was going to say, oh, my God, are they up to it again? Remember that one manager at Heather Gardens months and months ago? She was such a you-know-what.
Yeah, she was awful.
She was a you-know-what. I see, when I say that, everyone knows exactly. What am I saying, right? You know what I'm saying. It rhymes with itch. Okay, so here's the deal. This guy, he is an idiot. Mark Dougal at 303-671-6402, extension 25. He won't even answer a question for an owner. And as I said, even if we were lying about that, counselor, because I'm sure they're going to have their attorneys listen, even if you're lying about that, you morons, what is the downside to being polite? What is the downside? So I'd like to call again, and I'd like to ask very simply, what is being done for the elevator, please? That's all I want to know on behalf of Sarah. Give her last name. Let's see if Mr. Moron can at least utter some words without hanging up. You piece of garbage. How the hell do you call yourself a property manager? Now, I want to activate my sound on this computer because I have some new sounds I want to load. Not yet. I'll let you know.
And now you're going to reveal?
Oh, reveal. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to tell everybody.
You're going to
green egg and
okay.
more. Plus, get free assembly and delivery on grills $3.99 and up. Don't miss the Thanks Grilling event this Saturday from 11 to 2 at your local Ace. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions. Free assembly and delivery for 8.
Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. This is the time of year so many people drink and drive. You know, they don't mean to. They're at work and somebody opens up a bubbly after work because we're getting to the holidays. Now, I'm serious about this. There's nothing to be taken lightly about drinking and driving. But there are times, okay, you make a stupid mistake. I doubt there are a few people that will just do it on purpose. Say, I don't care. But those people, they're in a different class. And then there are people who are falsely accused. There are people who, for whatever reason, they don't think they're drunk or high. But you know, to get that way legally is different than what you think. Joe Lazzara is there to help. Let's just put it that way. Now, he'll help you get through the system if you made a stupid mistake and try to lessen the impact. Or he'll try to at least, not just defend you, but get you off completely if it's done and you violated your rights or something like that, and they did not treat you right, or you're falsely accused. 303-429-6200. It's Lazzara, 2 Z's, 1 R, LazzaraLegal.com.
PriceFixerDenver.com teams up with the largest manufacturer of furnaces in the United States. This is why they're able to install a brand new high-efficiency furnace in your house with the lowest price guarantee. The owner, Todd Terry's a third-generation heating and cooling guy right here in Colorado. And if you just need a furnace repair, they never charge a trip or diagnostic fee and have the lowest price guarantee on repairs. PriceFixerDenver.com. Great service, great prices. PriceFixerDenver.com.
There's an app to save on flights, an app to rent a bike, and an app to help you save for driving safely. The Allstate app gives you real-time driving feedback with DriveWise, giving you the power to lower your insurance cost. In fact, safe drivers can save 40% or more. Connect and save with DriveWise. You're in good hands.
Download the Allstate app today. Savings may vary by state and driving behaviors. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Use of Allstate Mobile with activation of DriveWise required. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, because Ideal wants to make sure if they do a refinance for you, they put you in a better position than you were in before. Ideal is the only lender that offers these things: credit optimization, which means they will work with you to optimize your credit. Even if you're approved, they can do small tweaks to your credit, like paying down a certain card or moving certain balances to get you better pricing. They also have pick your term loan. You can pick any term you want: 10, 11, 12, 13 years, 18 years, 20 years, 30 years. If you've paid it down, you don't have to go all the way back to 30. They also have a rate guarantee. If rates go down over the next 2 years, they refinance you free of all lender fees. And they have pre-approvals, which is just like a cash offer. You are actually approved. All they're waiting for is an appraisal. And written guarantees that your pricing will be a certain amount and it will not change. 303-867-7000. Closing in 3 weeks or less. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. They're also on my referral list at referrallist.com.
How is it that apps can help you with everything? Your steps, your sleeping patterns, the traffic, but you pay for car insurance that's based on, well, who knows what, the way everyone else drives? The insurance company's whim? Well, that's what Nobler Insurance is here to fix. Car insurance with personalized monthly rates and rewards based on how much and how well you drive. No mysterious rates or mumbo-jumbo from an insurance agent that you're pretty sure is taking advantage of you. The Nobler app can measure things like how hard you brake and whether you're texting and driving. I know, you'd never do that. To things like daily mileage, to time of day, and even road choice. Do you head out on the highway or take the old town road? The bottom line, Nobler bases your personal monthly rates and rewards on how you drive, not everyone else, which means good drivers can save a lot of money. Nobler is simply smart insurance for smart drivers. So get your quote at Nobler.com. That's Nobler.com.
Individual savings may vary. Must meet eligibility requirements to bind a policy.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Partly sunny and mild this afternoon. A high of 66, down to 34 tonight. Tomorrow's high 57 with afternoon rain showers, maybe a mix of snow. I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner, Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather.
Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more at Indeed.com/hire.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
Well, I guess MSNBC's Rachel Maddow is delusional. She claims that the impeachment process is going to unify America.
A new time. It's a heck of a show with Michael Brown. Weekdays 2 to 4 on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome. Let's go to the phones. 303-713-TALK. Kimberly. So, Spencer, I don't know what happened to him. I wanted to take him about his workplace accident. Sarah, we have to let go and call her back, okay? Sarah, we will get in touch with you when we hear from these morons at Colorado Property Managers at 303-671-6402, extension 25. But now, for you, what's going on, Kimberly?
Well, I tell you what, Tom, your show is so entertaining. It just makes my life sound so boring.
What's going on?
I have done a really stupid thing, and I was sitting in my driveway talking to my husband in my car. It was running, and I had the door open, and I had it in reverse, got ready to leave the driveway, forgot to put it in drive, and I backed into a ceramic pot of flowers.
Now, wait. So your car was in reverse?
Yes, I had backed up to talk to him as I was leaving, and so then as I got ready to go forward, I forgot to put it in drive. And I ran into this pot of flowers.
All right.
And the bottom part of the door down next to the running board is what caught the pot of flowers, and it bent it. It kind of dog-eared it out.
Oh, man, if it's on that metal that creases up, the seam, those are hard to fix.
Well, and that's the thing. I was asking.
Do you have a photograph?
Yeah, I can send you a photograph.
Right, let me ask you this: when you look at your door, this is what I want to know. When you look at your door, is it a crease or a dent?
It's a crease.
Like it sounds
that little point of the driver's door that I hit the pot of flowers with, so it's kind of dog-eared out.
Okay, let's talk to Nick Yutzi, who's with Flexident. Nick, listen, in addition to Flexident of Colorado.com and Haildings and all of that, and you were in the body business for years and years and years and years. So that little dog ear at the point, I know what she's talking about, right at that edge of the door, that's almost impossible for paintless dent repair, isn't it?
Yeah, especially if it folded in the bottom of the door there. It sounds like it might have put a fold or a crease like you were talking.
And that's the problem is it's bowed out.
Bowed out. Can you get those long, flat pliers, straighten them out, and then just repair it with body stuff?
I mean, to get something like that perfect, you're never going to get it perfect, I don't believe. Best thing to do is send me a picture of it, and I can get a little bit better of a look by that.
But damn, wouldn't it be terrible if a whole door just for that?
The whole door. That's what I'm afraid of, is I don't want to replace the whole door.
Golly.
Cost you.
Yeah, a lot of times you can find somebody that can straighten it too, get it close enough where.
That's what I meant. If you can straighten it, and then just a light skim. When I say body putty, we don't believe in fillers nowadays. But if it's just a light skim, just to make it perfect. Here's what we want to do, though. We want to give you a full analysis. Just take a photograph or a pic of different angles and stuff, and then let us see it, okay? Let's do that next, and then we'll communicate with you by email or text because I know you have to run or something, 303-713-TALK. James, I'm sorry we did not forget about you, and I don't know why you're still on unless you had an additional question about ethanol.
I moved on.
What do you want to talk about now?
And because your two guys from the auto industry are there, you see the ads on TV about extended warranties. In general, I heard you earlier this week, talking about appliance repairs. I get all that. Auto extended warranties. Should you buy them from A, the dealership, or B, these guys that hawk this stuff on the TV? Al, been to his shop. Do you take those claims and process them? That kind of thing is my.
Well, I want to appeal to your better senses. Here's what I want to ask you first. If you have a brand new car out of the factory with a 3-year warranty, and they present you with a 5-year warranty, what are you actually getting? What's extended?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I guess toe to toe. You know, the drivetrain.
You're getting no. If you have a 3-year warranty from the factory, and they offer you a 5-year warranty, you're not getting a 5-year warranty.
Right.
You're getting a 2-year warranty.
Plus miles.
The miles is the only benefit. Someone brought that up the other day. In other words, 336 as opposed to 550.
Right.
It'll give you from 36 to 50, or it'll give you. But bottom line is not okay. Let's just say it's not worth it. Period. Not worth it. Not worth it. In any world, it's not worth it. What is worth it? If you want one. Now, when I say worth it, doesn't mean I recommend it, but it's worth at least you're getting something, is at the end of your 3-year warranty or 2-year warranty or whatever it is, at the end, you buy an extended warranty then. And the only one I would buy is from the manufacturer.
Gotcha.
Why? Because these guys have seen more than their share of third parties. Okay, tell us about third
Oh,
parties.
most definitely. And there's one on right now that we actually had one of their clients in the shop. Overall, he ended up spending almost $2,800 on this warranty. The warranty company, instead of giving him the new transmission, which you are disillusioned when you see the commercial. You think you're going to get a new or a replacement transmission. No, you got a used transmission, which could have been installed for $1,600, but you just spent $2,800 on that unit. Plus, the stuff that they didn't cover, he had another $450 out of pocket.
Right.
Yeah,
and they fight you tooth and nail, don't they?
And the experience, absolutely. What they try to do, any of the adjusters, is not to honor the claims. And so whatever way.
That's
the
first thing they do.
So here's what they do, too. Like Jeff just said, they will source the parts at the most cheapest place. Not the best place. They will source it at the cheapest place they can find. They will tell us this is what you're going to put in. And we deal with that with customers, and it's like, no, the people didn't pay for to find the cheapest. They want their stuff restored back to the way they had it. And so you're totally right, Tom. Unless you're buying it from a manufacturer, I'd even say
and
this.
even then, I don't like them. But these guys say, you know what? There's some good ones.
And what if you did a little savings account and you put $100 away every month?
I know.
All right? And all of a sudden you got $1,200 towards covering self-insure. And at the end of 3 years, maybe you sold that car from when your warranty expired. That money's still yours.
And there's something else you can do, guys. Something that people just don't consider, and
What
that is just proactive maintenance. I mean, that'll
That
stave off 98%.
Most of the failures that we see, and Jeff could probably attest to this, is people never taking care of their stuff. The fluid doesn't last forever.
When they tell you that you cannot buy, you can only buy it now, or it's not going to be available, they're lying. They're flat out lying
and
to
they
you.
scare. I sat in a dealer. My daughter, I walked her through the process at a
Ooh.
Jeep dealership, and we sat at the finance office when she was doing all the paperwork. She had her own financing line, did everything. The guy told her, I let her go through the process. He said, here is our insurance, and I strongly recommend that you buy this extended warranty. And the reason is you have so many electronics in your vehicle that will fail and cost you a fortune. And for you to not get this is almost negligible. He said that to her. I stood back, let my daughter do the talking. She turned around and she said, no thanks. I belong to one of the smartest guys I know in the automotive business. That's my dad.
Oh, cool. But listen, man. Listen, James. Now, there is something I do purchase in advance if they offer it. And I did it for Mercedes because it's such a good deal, and that is advanced services. Now, I'm a big believer in not going to the dealer after warranty, but I'm talking about during the warranty period, you still need regular service. You have regular service intervals. If you prepay for those, they're bargaining on you prepaying and either forgetting or not coming back or buying more stuff from them. But if you prepay for like the 15,000-mile service or the 30,000-mile service, sometimes you can save a ton, guys.
Yeah, and Tom, here's one other one that kind of came to mind too. They do this little stuff in some of the dealers where they etch your glass with the VIN number.
God,
Have you seen that?
A ripoff.
What a ripoff.
They say it helps for theft and all of that. I mean, they talk people into hundreds of dollars
Yes,
for
what
that.
about the paint, sealing, and protection
That's
plan?
mop and glow, I call it.
Mop and glow. Well, we'll pretend against acid rain. Do you know acid rain's going to just cause your car to melt to the ground? That's almost as they sell
Listen,
it.
then this thing about it used to be, they don't do pinstriping anymore, do they? No one does pinstriping.
They do some of it, and they do more door edge guards, and they do the am I on? I'm sorry. Door edge guard pinstriping, and they do the Mud flaps.
They used to do this pinstriping. They would pay. I knew the guy at Trimline used to do this. What did he get paid? Like $30, and they sell for what, 200?
$250.
Yeah.
All day.
Anyway, you know what? Is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. Just be careful. Know what you're getting. Extended warranties. I'm not against them. I'm just telling you not to get them when you get a new car. Now, what about a used car? Never. How about that? Never. Absolutely never. I can go toe to toe with anyone who has any kind of dispute with me on that when I say don't buy an extended warranty on a used car. So call me. If you sell them, call me, and I'll chew you up and spit you out. Hold on a sec. We have Aurora Fire weighing in on this elevator thing where those idiots, those morons at Colorado Property Managers wouldn't even take a call, especially that Mark Dougal at 303-671-6402, extension 25. He wouldn't even take a call.
Companies, and they're on during the Steve Wilkos and Jerry Springer hour. The commercial's bookended on one end by an attorney who has a cartoon frog on the other end, blue blocker sunglasses.
Yeah,
it tells you what you're getting.
Now, last week they said there was 2 extended warranties that actually were pretty good. I can't remember the 2 that they said.
With several of them that worked pretty well.
Fidelity is decent, but
after
not in all
the
cases.
initial period, why buy concurrent coverage?
Yeah, but God, last week I wrote them down. I thought I wrote them down on a different sheet of paper,
but most of the time, the average person is not going to see the benefit of it.
Yeah,
it's all a numbers game.
And what fails a lot of times, the things that are like they consider maintenance items. And people think I got this coverage, I'm covered. My fan, my belt came off, took out my idler, which took out my radiators and stuff. They look at the belt as a warrantable item. I mean, a serviceable item.
But do you charge more too for extended warranty? Because they said that's what the guy said last week is it takes you longer to get the thing covered. You're on the phone.
Hey, what?
Oh, editing that. I don't typically. We don't do that, but we will do that.
You started whistling like, "Hey, bro, hurry up!"
They have no discount with us. Those warranty companies want you to do stuff for a discount. It's like.
Centeno Schultz is the name of the clinic I recommend for living stem cell therapy. Why? Because Dr. Chris Centeno, he started stem cell therapy for humans in a clinical setting many years ago. He did. Look it up. Dr. Chris Centeno knows the difference between living stem cells and dead stem cells. I don't think there's a chiropractor alive who knows the difference because they ship in these amniotic fluids and umbilical cord blood and call it good, and it's not. So now listen, if you want genuine living stem cell therapy, please don't waste your money. Even stem cell therapy is not 100%, and that's what Centeno Schultz knows. They know when it's indicated, when not to use it. In fact, they have other therapies available, something you won't get anywhere else. Centeno Schultz. They will do what it takes to end your joint pain, your muscles, and all of that. 303-963-9201, 963-9201, thestemcellexperts.com.
Okay.
Who is this?
It's me. This is the fight between Foreman and Ron Lyle.
Ron Lyle.
Ron Lyle. He lived here in Denver.
Did he?
Yes.
Didn't Alzado too?
Yes.
Wasn't he a Bronco?
Yes, he was a Raider first, wasn't he?
Was he a Bronco then a Raider, wasn't he?
Something like that.
Did you know he became a fighter?
Yes.
No.
Alzado.
Did he?
For a couple publicity stunts.
Oh, he died of brain cancer.
Yeah.
I think
Do you know
because
he
he took
fought
growth
Muhammad
hormones.
Ali?
What's that?
He fought Muhammad Ali.
Really? No, I didn't.
For a charity, right?
Yes. Wow, that's a while ago.
Wow.
Meeting an immovable object.
George
Foreman and Ron.
He was like one of the nicest.
George Foreman?
Who was?
George Foreman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
he was a rough
He made
dude.
the Foreman grill.
That was all after. His success
Yeah, that was all
after. But he was a bad boxer, man. That was a tough dude. Howard Cosell.
Wasn't Ron Lyle?
Howard
Wasn't he in prison?
Cosell.
Wasn't Ron Lyle in prison?
Yes.
Ken Warner was a tough guy too. That's got to be all Lee there.
Ooh. That's a brutal body shot.
See, back
Mark,
then,
all my spots will be
they were so good, and there was a lot of good big heavyweights.
Oh, great.
Who's it? This is Lyle
and Foreman.
Lyle Alzado and George Foreman?
No, Ron Lyle.
Ron Lyle. Well, look at him stab. Look at it.
That's Foreman there,
That's
right?
Foreman.
Right?
Absolutely, it is.
That's a
Did
big
Foreman,
kidney
was he any good?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big guy.
Look how bobbly he is.
Oh,
he connected. Oh, he connected. Caesar's Palace. God, he's so good with that
they're
reach.
back and forth.
With that reach he had was just...
Oh, he had him there, too.
Oh, he got him good.
Foreman's got to win this, right?
Look at his hands dropping down. You know he's done.
Boy, oh, God.
Almost knocked out his mouthpiece. Knocked out his mouthpiece.
Lyle Alzado. was he, Jesus. I just can't make that fucking shot.
Was he what?
3 seconds, 2 seconds.
I can't buy it. What?
Lyle Alzado?
He was, a colorful fucking guy.
Oh, yeah. I think, wasn't he a Bronco first?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was a Denver Bronco. He came to my school when I was in grammar school.
Really?
When they were, getting everybody psyched up for the Super Bowl that year.
Look at Foreman on the ground. Foreman on the ground.
I heard he liked kids.
He was a great guy. We had a lot of fun with him. He came out on the playground, played with us.
That sounds a little...
No, I didn't.
Yeah, not like Michael Jackson likes kids.
He was a colorful guy.
He was only 43 when he died. Was that anything from steroids?
Yeah, it was.
Steroids, growth hormone.
They said his liver was just destroyed.
Brain cancer, though, I thought he had.
Yeah, that's what killed him, but his liver was... I think that there was something said about it.
Yeah, steroid use. Yeah.
Born in Brooklyn, Italian, Spanish, and a Jewish mother. Italian, Spanish dad.
Even a German physicist couldn't come up with that one.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, RenewHomeInnovations.com. If you are looking for stunning bathrooms, now they do have good, better, best. Renew Home Innovations, and they have just the most beautiful, if you do this porcelain thing, oh, man, that is not the budget one, but it's not too much. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Let's talk about your problems, questions, and complaints, Craig. What's going on? And then Aurora Fire weighed in on the elevator. So here's what's happening. We had those idiots over at Colorado Property Managers who refused to talk. In fact, that's not what bothers us. They wouldn't even listen to the problem. We have seniors stranded. They're stranded on the 3rd floor. Can't get out. Can't get down. And all we wanted to do is ask Mark Dougal for a progress report for Sarah, a resident. We just wanted to call, okay? Just hung up on us. Wouldn't even hear it. What if we said, hey, there's a fire in your building? What if we said, hey, you got an emergency or we need to tell you about this? He didn't even care. He did not even care to listen. What moron hangs up when you're calling about a concern for a tenant, even if you don't want to talk to us? That's what Mark Dougal did. So Daphne also called some other people because she thought it was a safety issue. What did Aurora Fire say about what is the name of the place?
Torrey Pines.
Torrey Pines over at Heather Ridge. What did they say?
So I spoke with Emily, the PIO. She's also in the inspection division.
Good.
They are going to conduct a site visit today because it is a fire code issue.
Good.
They will most likely have to issue a notice.
Okay.
And then it will be documented, and then it will be in the process.
Okay, good. And then we can have Mark Dougal, you freaking moron.
And, Tom, I reached out to them again. No one is answering any phones anymore.
Boy, wouldn't you love to have a management company like that? Colorado Property Managers. Mark Dougal, 303-671-6402, extension 25. That's the number when you don't want to be called. When you have an emergency and you don't want help, call there. Or you have an issue with your building, don't call there. If you're an owner, don't call there. They don't care. At least that's the impression we're getting, right? Craig, what's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, man, what's going on?
On insurance claims, let's say in a total loss accident, I've got a coworker, young lady, her boyfriend crashed her pickup, and she is trying to get what she considers a fair settlement out of the insurance company.
Yeah, of course.
Now, her vehicle for its year was low miles, had some special
What year
trim
is it?
options.
What year is it?
I can't even tell you. It's a Dodge pickup. It's,
You have no idea?
Well, I do, but I'm just trying to get a general
Can't give you a general answer because I need to know a range. Was it 1940 to 1950? Was it 2010 to 2015? Just something.
I want to say mid 90s.
Okay.
Low miles for the year mid 90s.
That's why I wanted to know to save you time. There's no diminished value on those kinds of cars.
There wouldn't be anyhow because it's her own insurance company.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Now, what Mark meant was when you have a contract with your own insurance company, most of the time, in fact, I don't know any exceptions to this. I say most of the time just in case somebody has an exception to this. But most of the time, your own insurance company makes you agree not to have diminished value. In some states, not Colorado, diminished value is outlawed, or you can't claim diminished value. But in all cases, even where diminished value is allowed, which is Colorado, and even if you did not agree not to take it, or it was the other party, you almost will never have diminished value on an older vehicle at all. I mean, there's just no way. You can have increased value due to the uniqueness of a vehicle, but diminished value means you're going to trade it in and you would normally get a certain amount, and because it was in an accident, you won't, and it's got to be substantial. It's usually on newer vehicles and usually on luxury vehicles. On a mid-90s truck, the proof alone, the evidence that you would have to go through isn't even worth the claim. But it's her own insurance, right?
Yeah, but my point I'm trying to get to is if you can produce, I mean, for you to go out and find a vehicle that is based on its mileage and equipment is pretty rare, and for you to go out and try to replace it, and in most cases, when you've got a vehicle that is extremely low mileage for its age, if you can find a similar vehicle or almost identical vehicle that has sold for a certain amount at a dealership, couldn't you use that as proof of what your the real world value of your vehicle is to get what you feel is a fair compensation from your insurance company on the total loss?
Sure. Yeah. So what you're saying is true. Is that you're not looking for diminished value, you're looking for fair value.
Right. Now, what her insurance company is telling her, I said, if you can go out and find a vehicle, one that is either advertised or has recently sold so that it's relevant, and give that to your insurance company, you might be able to get more money than what they're offering you.
Yeah.
She says they're going strictly by KBB. This is what it's worth.
Okay, Craig, let's talk about this.
We're punching in all the numbers.
I want to give you valuable information. I know exactly what you're saying. Trust me, I know you feel like I'm not listening. I heard everything. What you're doing is trying to establish value. One thing, though, I think we're on a false premise here, and that is replacement. They're not required to give anyone replacement on anything. That's not what we insure for. We insure for value, okay? What you're saying says it establishes value. If I can find one similar truck would not establish value because you could have had a stupid buyer. Really, you can't hang your hat on one similar vehicle. You'd have to have a few. But you can take a standard vehicle, and simply the better way to do it is to take a standard vehicle and then to add to it. But then you have a fundamental problem I don't think you're bargaining on. Hold on a sec, especially when it has to do with your own company. So hang on, and I'll come right back to you. And Hugh, please hang on. Daff, please have Hugh hang on. I definitely want to hear what he has to say.
I thought the fire department was on.
Hungry. Both are true statements.
It's confirmed Garrett's out for the remainder of the season and potentially more after that.
Wow. Wow.
What?
That's the
Miles
guy
Garrett
that was
has been
that
suspended
hit
for
the
the
helmet.
Yeah, what did he do?
He's been suspended for the remainder of the season.
Good.
And indefinitely after that.
Do you know what? That guy showed no remorse. He says, "Oh well, I did lose my." He was trying to, but he doesn't know how.
You don't know how.
Give me those false damn. Yeah, sure.
Steelers and the Browns were both fined $250,000.
Really?
Cleveland's Garrett and Ogunjobi and Pittsburgh.
DenverTrialLawyers.com is the website to go to learn about Denver Trial Lawyers, a group of attorneys that don't believe in settling unless that settlement makes you whole. What is making you whole anyway? What it means is giving you compensation for your catastrophic injury. That's what they want. They want to make sure you are really treated fairly with a catastrophic injury. That means if a product blows up or malfunctions, or a doctor mistreated you, or a hospital, a therapist, sexual assault even. They've recently got a $5 million settlement from a school system for that, for sexual assault. And then assisted living facilities, nursing homes, catastrophic injuries, physical or psychological. And if you have a doubt, just call them, because they do free consultations always. DenverTrialLawyers.com. 303-647-4435. That's 303-647-4435.
And Pouncey was suspended for 3 games and a fine. And
That must be the guy that hit the...
And Ogunjobi was suspended for 1 game and a fine. And they said that there's more penalties and fines coming up. When they fine them, who gets the money?
I've always asked that. I'm sure the NFL gets it.
The NFL gets it.
Now, where does it go?
What do
they do with it?
They say they put that towards their charitable giving.
Oh, really?
They
Oh,
say
okay.
they do it on player research for preventing injuries. They have this whole litany of things that they use it for.
Okay.
That's how
Thank
that
you
money
for
goes.
answering that.
I've wondered
I
that
heard a
same
thing on TV on sports ESPN. They
yeah.
talked about it.
Jeez, that's going to cost him
What
tens,
was the result
that could cost
of this
him
question
tens of
mark?
millions.
Oh, it's just...
Because he was a high-placed player.
He was their best defensive person.
Right.
He was phenomenal. Oh, it's just a day and age of craziness. That's all I've got to say. Thank God we're in a sane place here at the control room.
That's right. But he did lose it. I mean, to do, I can see even ripping the helmet off, but not grabbing it and trying.
Mark, it's really unusual having you here being this quiet. Honest to God. I mean, we would have expected some picking, some insults, something. I mean,
not feeling good.
But
something.
Yeah. Feeling terrible is never fun. But we're just used to things that we don't get.
I was going to put a bunch of shelving together tomorrow too, man. I'm going to not do that.
But you got a cold, right? That's what this is.
I got it all through here.
So I had
actually, I think it's a sinus infection because I don't have any kind of temperature.
Oh, really?
At least I didn't yesterday.
So you're going to the doctor?
I don't know. I'll go Monday if I need.
I've had one sinus infection. It's the worst freaking pain. I didn't realize how much pain they are.
They're horrible.
It's just like right here, just like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But I know people get them all the time.
I shouldn't have got off the stupid allergy meds. I'm convinced it's because I quit taking allergy meds.
No, I had the worst diarrhea. I had a birthday party and a guy came over and his baby was sick.
The kid made you sick? I hate that.
4 of us got sick.
That sucks.
I bet you I lost 7 pounds.
It's a diarrhea diet.
Yeah.
It works.
Worse since 1979.
Did you see those?
It's like I did throw up since 1979.
Did you see those wackos that eat those worms? That eat the fat in you? What is it called?
Oh, tapeworms.
Tapeworms.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's crazy. That's some crazy shit.
I
accidentally took ringworm instead.
I just lost hair. What was his salary? Did you see what his salary was?
No, I didn't say. But he's suspended indefinitely without pay.
That's the worst I've seen in football. But are they going to come out and say what the quarterback said to him?
In that article. Excuse me, did not in that article.
Because that's going to be something I'm sure they're going to interview him and say, what the hell did you say? I thought, and if you play it back, that the quarterback actually
had a hold of his helmet first.
Yes. But it was a late hit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he had. I mean, yeah, they were close enough, but you know, it'd have been one thing if he would have just taken him to the ground. But I mean, he wrestled him and pitched him into the dirt.
Oh, God. You know, just look at that. Those multiple seconds there is costing him probably $10 million.
Yeah, no, it's Friday. You can forego your fast.
Oh, no, I will.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Ah, man, Hugh hung up. He had a comment on Colorado property managers I wanted to take. So, Craig, here's the problem many people have when they go after their insurance company for higher value than normal. Because they say they have a unique vehicle, some cases they say collector or whatever. You have to go back to what premium you were paying. If you were paying a premium, or your daughter, based on a normal truck, you can't come back and say that truck's worth twice as much. Now, I'm not saying you are, but I'm talking to people listening. There's a fundamental problem in claiming a unique vehicle, but it's not stated up front because there are coverages you can get that are called stated value. How much different do you believe that truck is worth more than a normal truck of its vintage?
Okay. Well, Tom, let's do a quick reset because I've got a vehicle that
Craig,
would
really?
fall into a category
Craig, listen, honest to God, you have a vehicle that has no bearing on this one. She has a mid-90s truck. Let's find out what it's worth. I'm not saying you can't get what it's worth, but what I'd like to know is...
I don't have enough information to give you as far as the mileage and trim and all that.
Then go ahead.
I'm just trying
go ahead.
Again,
Go ahead.
Okay. We'll use, for example, I have a high-end 03 Acura CL Type S vehicle with only 60,000 miles.
Okay.
I can get on national search engines and not find another one in the whole country with that low of miles. So if something were to happen to my vehicle, they're going to go strictly by, okay, this is what an 03 CL Type S is worth. Boom, $3,000.
Until you negotiate.
Okay, I recently saw one sold at an AutoNation dealership.
Craig did not.
Almost
identical. Listen,
double.
I know you think I'm not hearing, but you're not hearing either. I just told you they don't have to buy nor match a replacement vehicle. Do you understand that? They do not have to do that. That is not a bearing unless it is a big sampling, not one, Craig. Listen, man, I've done this thousands of times with consumers over the years, and I will tell you what works and what doesn't. You can continue with your line of reasoning and lose, or you can go about trying to get more money the right way. That is taking a regular vehicle of that vintage. What would it be worth? And what are you claiming your daughter's vehicle is worth, and what is the difference? If the difference is more than 50%, you will never get it. Never, ever, ever get it because you were not paying that in insurance. Your premiums were not based on that. Your policy will tell you that you're limited to that value or less. If it's about 10 or 15% more, that's a different story. On newer cars, you have a better chance because you have a larger sampling of buyers. I don't know what I need to know to convince you. But now, you may be mad at me because you're not hearing what you want to hear.
No, I'm just saying then, for those of us that have taken exceptionally good care of our cars,
you're not rewarded
kept
for
the miles down.
You're not rewarded
for
no,
it whatsoever.
Unless you get a stated value policy because you are an exception. Unless we're talking 10 or 15%, maybe 20%. On newer vehicles, you can go more.
So there's no such thing as comps then. Is basically
Excuse me, there's no such thing. I didn't hear you. There's no such thing as what?
Comps.
Okay. Yes, there are. Yes, there are. Not one, Craig. Not one comparable. One is not a comparable. What if you had idiotic buyers who paid too much? One or two of them. It's not going to work unless you can show it is a trend. That is why I tell you to do it. You take a normal vehicle and start adding to it what you put on the vehicle. But if it's more than 50% of its value, you have a problem because insurance companies don't insure stupidity, meaning not stupid like you're thinking. They don't insure people who are buried in a vehicle because they invested too much in it. Unless you get a stated value policy. I keep saying the same thing over and over and over, and you keep asking the same exact question. So what I'd like to know is, roughly, what is the difference between what they're offering and what you think you should get?
I have a stated value policy on a vehicle. I know what you're talking about.
All right, good. Then you still avoided the issue. But if we can get you more money, we will. Jesus Christ! This fucking guy doesn't want to hear it.
Not only that is, how does the insurance company know that you changed oil every 3,000 miles? And,
they don't. Insurance companies don't care about that. That's not their thing.
It really goes by mileage.
Yeah,
and
I kind of wonder, but I've never done this with a passenger car, but I did it with classic cars when I went with Haggerty Insurance and stuff like that. I had an Impala. They're the value of an Impala, but my Impala had, airbag, air ride suspension, all kinds of customization, and they basically, when they insured me, said, get us an appraised value for a replacement value amount. And so, it's delicious. You have to jump in there. It's delicious with the sausage and pepperoni. It's excellent.
Chemicals, and they'll rip your face off. Not American Restoration 24/7. Good, straightforward people. If you have an emergency, a property trauma, you can trust American Restoration 24/7. AmRest247.com. 8337-AMREST.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Dan Kaplan at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver.
Do you guys still have that confrontation with that Mike that does the show after this?
No, we're buddies.
No, it's all
Buddies.
good. All good.
Huh?
Am I believing this, or is this...
No,
okay.
no, it's all good, man.
We don't hug on the way out or anything.
Right. Wait, hang on one second. I got a cough. Bullshit.
No.
No, it's true, man.
I'm to believe it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hatchets have been buried.
Wow. I remember that audio clip of the Mr. Martino.
We're kinder and gentler.
Oh, wow. Okay. Belief is 80%.
Sure, sir. No.
Belief is 80%, and physical.
The only thing that I don't like about it is we got to pack up so darn quickly.
Yeah.
Get out.
ABC's Pierre Thomas. This is ABC News.
if you make a good salary but have a less than stellar credit score, it
I can't believe you bet on Buster Douglas, Jeff. Holy cow! Because that's when Tyson was just demolishing everybody.
I knew he was going to get killed.
Wasn't that in Japan?
I don't remember.
That's what throws those guys off, man, is when something's really weird like that.
Well, they were both coming from the U.S. And Buster Douglas looked like a big dude.
I didn't even get to watch it.
Oh, really? Was it there?
Nope, I had a call. I had to go out.
He knocked out Tyson's mouthpiece, and Tyson was crawling on the floor
No, I saw it
trying to go
afterwards.
grab it.
I didn't get to see it at the time.
The actual bout, yeah.
Had a piece of
He
equipment.
just demolished
yeah.
Had a piece of equipment go down, so I had to go freaking work on it.
Oh, really?
It was stuck out there for like 9.5 hours.
Yeah, so the Mob Museum in Vegas was pretty interesting. Did you go to it?
I didn't go. We had a beer at a brewery right next to it, though, and I just happened to see it.
Did you see they
It's
got
way at the end of that Fremont.
Right. There's downstairs in the basement of the Mob Museum is a speakeasy lounge.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you have to give them a method. The guy opens, slides the door, and the code word was casino.
Where'd you stay there when you went?
Last time, MGM.
Okay.
MGM owns so much.
We had a concert right there.
I had no idea how much they owe.
Almost everything.
It's insane. New York, Paris, Mandolin Bay, Lexor.
Oh, wow.
Excalibur.
Yeah, more than that, yeah.
It goes on and on.
MGM.
They just built that new MGM too. I forget what it's called.
Is that on the strip, MGM?
Yeah. What's it called?
It's next to New York.
Yeah. Delgado is on the property of Mandolin. We went up to Mandolin because I'm lining up my room for the Radio Stadium.
Oh!
I got tickets. So I found out from them there's that road, it's a bridge goes over called Hacienda, and they're closing Hacienda, making it a pedestrian walkway during the games. So I already booked my room for the season opener for next year.
So it is going to open next year?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
I think you're smart.
I think that venue is going to be the hottest ticket.
Totally agree.
An officer was shot but is expected to be okay, and a suspect was injured.
And it looks like they're starting to turn around.
Suspect was found
There's
dead
going to be a
inside
pretty good team.
They got good leadership now.
That's Connor Shreve reporting.
They definitely plan for the long term, boy.
Congressman Mike Kaufman has declared victory.
They're building on draft picks.
My opponents on a hard-fought race, and once the ideas for Aurora's future were front and center.
Kaufman lost?
No, he won, didn't he?
Won.
By like 200 votes.
I know last night it was up in the air. So.
I thought it was like 210 votes or something.
Vikings on Sunday. Quarterback Brandon Allen gets his second career start. That's the latest. I'm Chad Hoffman.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Well, the good news is that crash is gone, and traffic is back to normal. I-225 southbound following a crash near I-25. Still some construction causing some major delays southbound I-25 from 144th Avenue down past 100.
No, I think everybody's going to say, hey, let's go watch the game. The Vikings are playing there. Let's go there and hit Vegas. And
it's going to be the venue. There's so many flights from Las Vegas out of Denver and many other cities.
They're so cheap.
And they're cheap.
Well, it's like saying it's like a vacation with two birds and one stone, right?
9 degrees with your impact traffic
Oh, that's good pizza.
and weather. I'm Bill Jones, 630.
Where do you like to stay out there?
With an Allstate agent, you get a
Away from
local
the strip.
expert and help finding the best company for you.
Away from the strip. Well, you're a golfer. If I were you, I'd stay at Red Rocks.
Plus, when you bundle home and
Is that
auto,
the town
you
or is
can
that
save.
the
So
place?
call your local Allstate agent
It's
today.
called Red Rocks
Are you a good
Casino.
man?
Centeno Schultz.
They got 2 golf courses. It is south, probably about 30 miles.
For a stem cell clinic, go
No, it's towards the mountains there. The Little Mountains. What direction would that be?
Our
It might be west. Yeah,
the 15 drops down.
Yeah. It's out in Red Rocks, though.
get living stem
Let me see
cells
what the name of the
unless they
town
are
is.
extracted
But it's
at the
really nice.
time
It's one of the
the
nicest
treatment.
ones,
I
man.
can't emphasize that enough. People are wasting money all over the metro area on lying, cheating ripoffs. If you're
I'll tell you, a golf course I saw that it's probably the nicest course I've ever seen in my life was on Lanai Island. Unbelievable.
The golf in Hawaii is always
I've never seen anything like it.
You guys can golf though.
No.
We play at Colina on Oahu.
It's in Las Vegas. It's actually in Las Vegas.
It's in Vegas. Oh, wow.
I have to believe that Hawaii has nothing, everything.
Do I get that much?
I mean, it's just paradise. But I guess I hear people, the workers don't live very well.
It's the Troubleshooter Show.
For the resorts. But just being there is good, right? Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. If you're looking for real CBD that works, I got it. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Can you believe it? RealCBDThatWorks.com. Panacea Labs in Golden. I want to talk to you about your problems, questions, and complaints, whatever they are. Let's talk. Spencer, I see you now. I'm going to take you right away. You were on before and dropped off. You have a workplace accident. Talk to me about it. Today is car day, by the way, and we got our experts here along with Mark Major. Go ahead. What's going on, Spencer?
Hello, sir.
Hey.
I was at work. This happened about 2 months ago. Here at I work at an auto body shop, and I was pulling a vehicle in, and I came around this corner too tight and hit the cab corner. And everyone that I talked to said everything that would be taken care of.
What do you do for a job, Spencer?
I'm a detailer at this place.
How much damage on that vehicle?
Can you say that again?
How much damage?
It was on the cab. They say that it was $1,500.
Okay, so what happened? They said everything would be taken care of. Usually insurance takes care of that stuff, whether it's your employer or it's their own insurance. It was a customer's car, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened?
So I heard nothing about it for 2 months, and then I go in Monday this week, and the owner of this asked me how much money I have.
The owner of what, man? The owner of what?
My business.
Okay.
Job.
Now you're a W-2 employee?
Yes.
And the owner says, how much money do you have? Like on you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then what?
And then he says that I need to pay him for the damages caused to this vehicle. And or set up payment plans.
Did he say, I'm being charged for it and you need to reimburse me? What did he say?
No, he says I need to pay for the damages done.
There's nothing unusual about that, by the way. Workplace but you got to make sure that he's not double dipping or something like that. The customer, do you know the customer well enough to say, by the way, did your insurance take care of that, or are we taking care of it?
So I think that they didn't tell the customer.
Oh, they went ahead and fixed it.
Yeah.
Was it minor, like paintless dent repair?
The PDR guy said he couldn't take care of it, so they had to do body work to it.
Man, that they should. I mean, if it was a little PDR, maybe you don't say anything, but man, if it's body work, like, describe the damage.
It bent in the back behind the passenger door.
Yeah.
It bent in just a piece of that right before the bed. It bent that in.
A quarter panel, they call that, right, Al?
Absolutely, quarter panel damage. You probably pushed it in, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, how much does he want you to pay?
He wants me to pay $1,500.
Okay. That doesn't sound out of line, but I don't know how much damage.
That's what that costs.
Yeah, now.
That's all day long.
And also, I have talked to many people here, and they said that they have never heard of him charging. Like I've heard.
What are you
people,
talking about? In other words, normally he lets what? His insurance take care of it, or he takes care of it?
Yeah, something. Yeah, like insurance, or he takes care of it.
Well, Spencer, if normally he waives that, and he decided not to this time, There's really nothing that I know of in labor where you can say, hey, you're unfair, unless it's based on something illegal.
Okay.
Like, for example, if he helped only people who are white, or he said you're too old, you have to pay, it'll teach you a lesson, or something against the law. I don't know of anything.
Yeah. And Spencer, here's the question. Do you have policies that when you originally were hired, you signed and agreed to? Do you recall that?
No. Nothing.
Okay, so there is no policy
Do you
written.
have a policy, Al?
Absolutely.
What is it?
So the policy is on accidents because it does
For
happen.
you, yeah.
And for us, basically, we state the amount of our deductible and that when there is an incident with an employee, that half of the cost is covered by the employee.
Half of the
by
deductible.
Yeah, half of the deductible.
Well, that's fair.
And that's already, but that's according to the Department of Labor. You have to have documents.
Anyone can have their policy. Are you more upset than you think you're being singled out, Spencer?
Yes, kind of. And I've never signed any documentation saying that I am responsible for any damage.
No. You don't have to sign saying you're responsible.
Okay.
We're just saying that it would be nice to clarify it. Let's just put it this way. Automatically, you're responsible. They don't have to have you agree. If you're driving and you get in an accident, you're responsible unless, somebody pulled out in front of you or hit you but then they would be responsible. So someone is responsible. In this case, it was you. There's no dispute.
Yeah.
Now the question is, should your employer pick up the tab? Not automatically. If you were hoping I'd say, well, under, CRS number 5, section 2, you're clear. I can't tell you that. You are kind of responsible. Not kind of. I mean, you are. I mean, you can talk to the owner and say, look, if you have a $500 deductible, I'll pay it for you. Or ask your boss, is he putting an insurance claim? How are they paying for it? Just communicate with them.
Okay.
But it's too bad you owe the money. That's what I see here.
Tom, do you honestly see it like that? That is something he owes at a workplace? I'm asking this not for these what have you.
No. I didn't say he owes. Right. I said he's responsible.
Responsible. Okay. Oh,
I mean,
that's true. That's exactly what he said.
There's no one else responsible except him.
So what I understood, and mind you, I'm a tech and runs a business and now as an owner. I understood from a labor attorney that when you have a deduction or making an employee responsible, you either have to have a policy in writing that stated these things, okay?
Yeah.
Department of Labor compliant, if you would, and you also had to get them to sign when it would be deducted. You just can't deduction.
Let me say something. What I said was accurate in that you don't have to have a policy to establish who's responsible. To see who pays, maybe. But I was talking in the pure sense, who's responsible? You are. You did it. You're responsible. That doesn't mean he has to pay. It doesn't even mean it's legal or illegal to pay. I don't know that part of it. I don't know that. Mark, what about it? I don't know that part. You ran a garage, too. Were you told you can't hold your employees? Now, I'm not talking about
It was in our manual, and they signed each page of that manual acknowledging how it was going to happen. So if they did damage,
then probably something has to be said. But I do know this. Employee offsets do not have to be in a manual, as far as I know, as far as offsets, meaning you keep equipment, tools, whatever, or you do damage, but maybe that's changed because that's called offsetting, meaning on your final check. I'm not talking about paying for it, but on your final check, does that have to be in your policy?
It has to be in the policy also. Like, for instance, cell phones. Cell phones are a big thing that you have to have a written policy about. If they lose the phone, what's your policy? Do you charge them for it?
The biggest one I always ran into was uniforms. If someone quit, they didn't turn their uniforms in, it'd get deducted right from their check.
Do me a favor, and we can check, too, with a labor attorney. In fact, let's talk to Sean Olson. I know he doesn't do labor anymore, but I want to talk to him. You just continue listening, because it might be that they do have to have a policy, and if they don't, they can't just spring it on you. It might be. Are you guys looking it up, too? What did you find?
Yeah, here it says the damage must be treated as a business expense. You can only require an employee to pay for damaged equipment if the damage is done on purpose or because of gross negligence.
But wait a minute, that's not his equipment, though. That's a customer's equipment. Does that make a difference?
I'll try to read deeper.
Is that Colorado? First of all, is it Colorado? That's what I want to know.
That's what we're looking it up, and we're trying to figure
Because
that out.
all that matters is Colorado. Every state could be different.
Absolutely. And
Is it Colorado?
He's putting that in right now.
Okay.
That's what we're trying to look up.
And also there's a difference for sure between in-house equipment and customers' stuff. Let's ask Sean Olson again, and we'll find out.
What did you guys do, Mark, in yours? Did you have the employee pay for everything?
They use fear and intimidation.
Well, my deal with uniforms, because that was the biggest thing.
Right. But I can see that.
If they did not turn them in, it came out of their last check.
And that makes sense.
And then I'm trying to think of any time. I can't think of anyone.
Yeah, say they did a test drive and they hurt the...
I had it in the manual. I could charge them for it, but I don't remember ever doing it.
My employees are never allowed to take their uniforms home.
The next fix.
They changed right there.
Really?
Most of mine did, but a lot of them took them home. The sales guys took them home.
But then there's another one.
So I'm actually switching uniform companies right now.
What are you looking at?
Fix It 24/7. They are having a trade-in special for old furnaces. That means if you have your furnace replaced, they will give you $700 for your old furnace. Now, that's in addition to any other specials they have. That's Fix It 24/7. Yes, if you think you need a furnace, and if someone told you you need a furnace, you get a free second opinion. And Fix It 24/7 will give you $700 toward your old furnace. You know how I feel about second opinions. You can't go wrong. If someone says you need a furnace, do it now. Get it double checked before the cold really hits, and then you can be sure. And Fix It 24/7 will be honest. Many of the times they find you don't need a new thing. You just need a part. But the great thing about that is they have to be accurate, right? Because they're there to give you a second opinion. 720-526-3939.
Who are you looking at?
Can you use this for the next one or not?
I can't say anything bad or good. I can't say anything bad or good.
Because
I shopped last year. I switched. This time last year, I was making all the contract adjustments to start the first of the year with a new uniform. So I went to a service.
So just like if you're a parts deliverer,
have you ever
been driving their company car, do you think they should be responsible for it? What do you do? I say I was delivering parts and I was using the company truck to deliver parts, and I had an accident, so I'd have to pay for that truck. That's a lot of responsibility for a very low-paying job.
Well, no.
The following day.
I wouldn't.
To this day, I still have
that's what insurance is. What you would do is set them with a deductible. If your deductible is $500.
Well, they have a system now
I don't think
that I would be honest.
Except for uniforms.
And, and when they would say it to me, it sounded like, oh great, nice feature, no big deal. They use a blue chip.
I did have it in there.
Part of the interview. The beauty of that whole thing, I can log into my account and see where it actually.
Never got tested.
Call any uniform company,
that's
amazing. An employee that quit or got this, or what
they never broke anything.
We showed that
I'm sure they did, but I absorbed the cost as part of doing business.
Typically tell you what they have in possession. Is it clean? Is it wrapped?
What are you going to do? Piss off a good tech or
exactly?
No,
you're exactly right. And this guy is kind of funny because he waited 2 months.
Get your sign back up, and
he might not like the guy.
You're right.
He might want to chase the kid off.
Make all these huge changes and increases in costs and everything else.
But you don't have to. You can just chase them off anyway.
Tell you what, my
is our Wi-Fi going? Our wireless up here?
Yes.
Yeah, but then you'd have to pay
contract with no changes
unemployment. If you get them to leave, then you don't have to pay. You follow?
The annual free jacket thing, right?
It is.
Comes in the week after that. After everyone ever signed for it. And it says my GM won't sign off on it. He wants to give you an immediate 30% bump in your cost with 5% increases, and because it says you're under market. And if you don't sign
what
now,
he does now, does he do mostly personal injury, or does he ever do any? Does he represent employers?
Don't take this personally because you know me. You are currently trespassing. Get off my property. Don't touch anything. And I kicked him out of the shop.
I tell you what, we turned
so now
off between breaks and that.
All right, Raleigh House. Coming up, guys.
You know who did that to me? Universe.
The Raleigh House is a treatment addiction facility. There are a few in the Denver metro area, including a rural setting. Now, I know Eric, who started
the Raleigh House many years ago. It's owned and operated locally. Here is what he believes, that everyone should have tailored treatment to them, and that's why they do that. And they want you to know everything about rehab and treatment before you enter. So you can ask about their treatment or any treatment. You can ask about addiction, general treatment. What does addiction look like at the Raleigh House, the treatment? What are other kinds of treatment available? What does it cost, and what does insurance cover? Any questions, they will answer you free of charge and confidentially. 720-730-9722. That's 720-730-9722. TheRaleighHouse.com.
You can't even get on the course.
I not only ended up with almost.
What's that?
I was looking at how much. I found tee times for that course, $500 a person.
Really good.
But there's nothing available for 6 years.
No way. Why? Holy cow.
What is that? Pebble Beach is the same thing.
Pebble Beach is I was more than 500.
On this one, 500.
We did it. I want to
Pebble
say
Beach is around
it was
but Pebble
like
Beach you can't get into either.
5%.
They have corporations that put in for
I'm
it.
trying to look at the end of my contract.
They
What it
just
does
let it
is,
go.
But tax
set
laws
up
have changed
all
on
my
that, so
size
that
changes.
corporations might have let up a little bit.
Hi, Tom Martino here. I want to say Sean Olson, he does other law now. He was doing some employment law, and we're using him as an expert because he knows a lot about it. Sean, the Olson Law Firm, what are you doing now at olsonlawfirm.com? What are you doing now? Sean?
Well, Tom, primarily we work in the person. Sean, primarily we do personal injury work and medical malpractice work.
Okay. Now, when it comes to employment, I just have a general question. This kid works for a a detail shop, and he was pulling a truck in, and he damaged it. You know, $1,500 worth of damage. Now, I'd like to know, he did it. There's no doubt he did it. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't negligent other than he pulled in and hit the side of the truck. No other vehicles involved.
Okay.
We'd like to know, for an employer to offset that repair, does it have to be a written policy or not? Al Rama seemed to think that he has to have a policy written on who pays for what and who's responsible for what. And Al is, by the way, Al is an employer.
Got it. Obviously, if you're going to have a policy like that, it's certainly a good idea to have it in writing so that there's an understanding before something like that happens.
Right.
I would be hesitant to try to take that out of someone's paycheck. If it happens, especially if it's something small like $1,500 or something like that. That's just something that happens when you're an employer. You got to understand that there's going to be risks involved.
But is it illegal, Sean? That's what we want to know. If he demands that the kid pay for it in a payment plan, does it have to be in writing prior to that happening?
It doesn't have to be, but I would certainly recommend that it would be. And I think I would be hesitant to engage in any sort of a fight if I didn't have that in writing beforehand.
What were you going to say, Al? Who told you it had to be in writing, Al?
Michelle Magruder. She's specialist in labor law.
What did she tell you? I'm sure Sean would tell all of his employers the same thing as a good idea. But did she say there's a statute?
Yes, Department of Labor has a set of rules and guidelines on stuff like this. If it ever came up to where it became, I think it wound up in court.
And it's called offsetting, right?
Yeah, and it's basically putting in. There was
Dan, were you able to find any laws on offsetting? We can't find any, but...
And it doesn't say Colorado, but it says here, it says no, can employees make employees pay for mistakes? No, employers cannot charge employees for mistakes, shortages, or damages.
We know that's wrong. I know that's wrong.
Only if you agree in writing that your employer
But Dan,
can
that's not Colorado, because I know for a fact that people get offset all the time. Sean, but you don't recall any statute, do you?
I don't off the top of my head, and to be honest, I've never really dealt with the issue.
I understand, and that's why we had you come on just for your gut. I understand we didn't give you time to research it or not, but in any case, thank you very much, Sean. Hold on. We will. Spencer, here's the deal. We will research this and get back to you, okay? But hang on, just for a few minutes. Dan is looking at it. and we'll do that. Now, Troy, you wanted to give us an update on something. What was the original problem?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, you got me?
I got you, man.
Okay. So the original problem was there was a credit card fraud. So somebody went on to my website, ordered a product.
Oh, and they charged it back so you didn't get paid?
Correct.
What did they order? What did they order, Troy?
A rifle scope.
A what?
A rifle scope.
Okay, I think I remember this. So what happened? They charged it back, and was this fraud or was this just a customer wanting something free?
So the bank has told me that it was a counterfeit card. So, and then the bank has subsequently closed my merchant account.
What? Why would they take it out on you? Well, hold on. They punished you for someone using a fraudulent card?
Yep.
Mark, does that sound right? They closed his merchant account because somebody charged something fraudulently?
Was the money not there on the chargeback?
No, the money was there. So
they did get their money back, right?
Yeah, they got their money back.
Yeah, if there's too many chargebacks, for sure you can get canceled. Of course, because they don't want to deal with that.
Have you had that before, Troy?
So I had two.
Okay, there you go.
Back. And what it turns out is that both of these are going to freight forwarders. One was in Delaware. The other one was in California.
Freight forwarding is a scam. And if anyone ever responds to an ad that says they need you to freight forward, you can almost rest assured it is a scam, because that's the latest way they're doing it. What they're doing, they're getting you to receive a package and then to reship the package overseas. And they're doing that so they can't trace it. And not always overseas, by the way. It could be right here, too. But it usually happens with people who respond to an ad to be a freight forwarder. That's too bad, Spencer. But if you got stung 3 times, they're thinking, go ahead.
Twice.
Oh, I thought you said 2 times. Are you talking about just 2, not 2 in addition?
No, a total of 2.
Okay.
So the freight forwarder in Delaware was quick to respond, and when I sent him the invoice, he paid the invoice, and he was going after the person that he sent the merchandise to. Now, the one in California, I sent her an invoice, and she's saying, "Well, it wasn't me. I didn't order it. I'm not responsible."
Yeah, but there's not much. I mean, what are you trying to do at this point? Are you trying to get your money? Is that what you're doing? Because trying to get your merchant. Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's going to be a difficult one, man. Really difficult. Mark, are there, like, for example, do you know what our policy is? Do we have a way of checking out merchants? If he came to get
it's completely background checked when you set up for an account. Banking, everything.
So if there are chargebacks, it would count against him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're going to
think of how risky that is.
Right. No,
what happens if you emptied your bank account out?
Right. Okay, so we were talking about that because savingonfees.com, we call it Merchants First is the name of the company, but it's savingonfees.com. We offer credit card processing at incredible deals. We guarantee you the lowest rates, fastest payments, and also free equipment, free website integration. But as Mark said, we don't want, or no one in the industry wants, people who are credit risk or risk of chargebacks. And even though it was done by someone else, Troy, if you have too many on your account, they don't want you. And 2, I guess, is too many. I don't know one way or the other.
Yeah, but he simply didn't have enough. If the chargeback went through, he didn't have what he should have had. Simple as that.
He said it went back. He said he's the merchant. He had enough money to refund it. He did.
I understand that, but it's still a risk in the future, that part of it.
All right.
Because what happens if he didn't? Then they think, oh, man, we're stuck with the bag because we have to refund, according to Visa MasterCard, this company. So they'd get stuck holding it.
Troy, I don't think there's anything we can help you. This is the industry and how it operates. And speaking to that, Mark, we have a lot of merchants signing up for ours.
Oh, God, we're coming up on 100 new clients. It's crazy.
This is wonderful, people.
No long-term contracts, free equipment, and the best rates.
SavingOnFees.com. Dano, you looked into this. You did find a Colorado statute for Spencer, didn't you?
I don't have a statute, but this is what it says for Colorado.
Okay.
Generally not. Employers are legally barred from making deductions to cover cash shortages, lost or damaged property, bad checks, or any similar scenarios.
So did you just hear that? That is Spencer. If he might fire you because they can fire you for any reason, but
I'm okay with that.
You might want to tell him, look, or check with the from what we found online. Now we can't cite a law.
And I'm sure, just like what Al says, if you have them sign something ahead of time, this is what you're responsible for. I think he's in the clear that they can't make them.
Well, yeah, but again, I don't know why we can't find a law and why it's some kind of regulation. Yes.
And the biggest thing is the fact is this young man is in a detail shop. I believe he's at a body shop is where he works at. He's probably a low guy, on, if you would, wages-wise. That's a huge amount of cash.
No, I understand that. Spencer, you might want to challenge it, but do you think you'll be fired?
Oh, I really... If I get fired, I get fired. But I just wanted to know if he tries to take money out of my...
All right, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Our labor attorney, well, he's not a labor attorney anymore, but he knows labor law. He said it's very risky and that he would advise employers not to do it without something in writing. And we just saw where the Labor Department says it's not a good practice. We can't find an actual law, but you might want to Google it yourself, Spencer. But what we're finding out, and what Al said was, most attorneys will tell their clients, do not do this to an employee without having a policy in writing. Now, they may be going by common law or previous court precedents that were decided. I'm sure his attorney did not tell him that for no reason. So we have more coming right up.
I just tried to get to a hold of this person.
He's Denver's.
This woman is an amazing employment.
I think you guys are just wrong.
No,
wrong.
I think if I did it with uniforms all the time, and I know I had.
But they signed it.
Yeah,
they had something you signed.
Absolutely.
But you could have been a lawbreaker. You could have been a lawbreaker for a lot of years and not ever known it.
Yeah.
I mean, you drive a Sunday for crying out loud. I mean, anything's possible.
It does say here too. The most common rule is that the employer needs your written consent to deduct from your pay.
Here are the spots. You have on 45, you have those two.
I actually need to call Michelle McGee. This is the top.
Are you signed out?
I'm just doing
I've never. She's a litigator. She's a litigator representing automotive dealers and the automotive industry for years. And that's who teamed up. She went through all my policies.
That's what everybody
And she went and read them. She goes, we're going to make this Department of Labor proof. She goes, none of it matters until somebody takes you to court.
Exactly.
You're
right. I mean, I would say,
and I want you to win if you do that.
I agree. A good policy in there.
And uniforms was the biggest one. I can't tell you how expensive they are.
Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal, for used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. If you need a vehicle, Rocky's is the place to go. They not only have a wide selection of product, but they have 40 lenders to choose from when it comes to financing. I'm sure you'll find one right for you. And remember, when it comes to trades, they give awesome trade-in values because they sell those right on the lot, most of them, right? So you have good trade-in, you have great selections, and financing options, like 40 of them. They make sure everything is approved on the barrel before you leave. So they never call you back saying, uh-oh, we couldn't get you financed. They don't play those games. Never at Rocky's, 63rd and Federal. Rocky's Autos, 303-426-4646. Rocky's.
So, throw out the question. Can you make an employee pay for uniforms?
Yes. Oh, you mean the employee pays for it?
Employee.
I never would have done that. I never looked into it.
That wasn't a question.
No. He's paying for it if they don't return them. So basically, they stole.
No, I know that, but I just asked the question: can you make employees pay for uniforms?
I don't know why you couldn't. Why couldn't
you? You can't.
Okay.
If you make a requirement under Colorado law, I'm looking at the thing right in here. You have to cover the purchase, the maintenance, and the cleaning of the uniform and/or of special apparel if it's a requirement.
But he's saying if they don't return them.
Right.
Okay, well, I'm going to argue right now with that because my son works for Walmart and he cleans his own vest.
You have a residential real estate.
They don't clean it.
Right. But does he own it?
Oh, I have no fucking idea.
See, there's a big.
I know they didn't make him buy it.
And look, I'm not trying to contest your son or Walmart.
Because I like the vest. I would
I
wear
like the
one
vest.
of those vests.
I actually wanted to get one of those. To feel
The yellow. I love
important.
the yellow.
Yeah.
I like the emblem. They're trying, with that logo to go up against Amazon. You notice all
I
the trucks?
agree. I thought the same thing.
Yeah. They want to be as ubiquitous as that swish all over the place.
I saw this. That's so funny you're saying that.
That Amazon arrow looks a lot like a penis to me. Look at it closely.
136756 for terms and conditions called
Look at it.
I will.
Look at it. It looks a little like a penis with a head. Look at it. Look at it. You tell me.
We don't bring that up.
Look closer. No, look. Blow it up. I know that's yours, but blow it up bigger. Yeah, look.
I know that's yours.
Oh,
Wow.
I see.
You just couldn't help yourself. Oh my goodness.
You're right. I never even thought of
We
that.
love you,
I
Tom.
want
You
to
know
know why
that.
he knows what yours looks like.
Oh!
You mean because it's got that bend?
It was hard doing it in the dark.
When he says that, it's got the same color too.
What the hell is Colorado Nero hell?
Oh, that is comedy, man.
I
Jeff,
never.
you are so quick. It's unbelievable.
We got a new.
He's got a mind in the gutter.
Oh,
Dano, do we have a new endorsement? Colorado Nero hell?
Let's see if it's publicly and not know. That's embarrassing.
I have no idea.
You almost sound like Hillary Clinton. And that just came to mind.
Oh, that's TMS, I believe.
My husband, he's been a great husband
Who is
and
Colorado
father.
Nero hell? Do you have any idea?
So, we bought yesterday chocolate
It
band-aids.
says it's a headline for hour 4, 60 seconds.
I think it's.
Yeah, play it.
Well, wait, Dan, go ahead. You have the floor.
All of them.
Is this Tony? Do you promise his testimonies to
The only one I don't know here is Colorado Nero Health. I just never heard of it. And he's got it as a headline, meaning I do it in the show.
Plus, earn 2 times entries on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah, what?
Then join us for the grand finale on Saturday, November 30th, where you can drive away in the new.
After we come back from break, like when he talks about the marijuana.
Mountain Truck giveaway, only at Ameristar. Must be 21 to gamble.
How you spell Nero?
Terms subject to change.
Okay, there.
N-E-R-O?
I got it here.
If you have traditional insulation in your walls,
Nero was quite the emperor.
too much on energy bills.
That's a cool name, too, man. I think if I came back, I'd come back as Nero.
I know who it is.
Is it TMS?
Yeah. I'd be Italian.
This is advanced injection foam, filling wall cavities, maintaining R value permanently in all temperatures. No hassle application. Injected from outside the home, compacting existing insulation, filling every nook and cranny around it. Retrofoam is environmentally friendly. No off.
I use these guys.
You can even make your home up to 80% quieter. Comfort, lower energy bills in a day or less. What are you waiting for? You have everything to gain, nothing to lose. Call Rocky Mountain Retrofoam now. 720-676.
There was another name for those guys. Who was the Nero with the depression people?
And see their amazing
Thank you.
at foamyourwalls.com.
630 KHOW and iHeartRadio
You guys are
station.
killing me. Man, it's nice to be back. I wish I could get over this little bit of a sinus infection I have. Do I sound okay, guys? I know I look good. Jeff, I always look good. Al? Come on!
In the eye of the beholder, Mark. In the eye of the beholder.
My wife says I look good.
It's a
My
case-
mom says I'm a beautiful
It's
person.
a case of mind over matter. If you don't have a mind, it don't matter.
Oh, Albert. You know, this whole holding money when an employee breaks something, I used to hold it all the time for uniforms. You guys are in the same business I was. How many times does someone either quit or you fire them and they don't have all their uniforms? And you know how much these things are. They're expensive.
It's typically that and the jacket. The jacket is probably the single more expensive piece in it. Absolutely. And it just somehow disappears. Or they say we turned it in, But somehow it doesn't show up
Yeah,
anywhere.
somehow it doesn't show up, and then who gets stuck with the bill? You do as the employer. But as far as if someone was pulling a car in to do an oil change, and they accidentally hit another car, how do you handle that?
As a matter of fact, just a week and a half ago it happened.
Yeah, what'd you do?
So we have a policy on it, and we cause our employees to do a drug test.
Oh.
Whenever they're involved in any accident, we have a written policy concerning
Okay, so let's say it comes back and there's marijuana in their system. Now
Absolutely.
what? Now what?
It did. It came back with marijuana in the system.
So what'd you do?
I'm glad you asked it. So what we had was an opportunity because I brought the managers together. I said, "Okay, guys, how do you want to handle this? Was he reckless? He missed it? He made a mistake. He miscalculated a turn." They had an opportunity. They put him on a probationary period. They explained to him that you can't be impaired because what you can do is hurt yourself or someone else. They had an opportunity. Basically, they had 30 days. They're going to work with this individual. If he passes in 30 days, they're actually going to put him on a career track to become an apprentice. He's no longer the oil change guy. They took an opportunity of a bad situation and let him know what he's got to do. The young man stepped up and said, "Hey, I also know the policy. You have a policy that basically says we have a deductible. I cover half of it." He agreed to it. He signed to it. He stepped up and said, "I want to make sure that I make right on my side. I'll cover the whole thing if I need to." We said, "No, you don't have to."
It's kind of odd, though, because he could have smoked, let's get real here, he could have smoked a joint or a bong or taken an edible 3 weeks before this ever happened, and it still would have popped up.
I 100% agree.
But you're saying in your manual, if it pops up hot whatsoever, they're going to pay half.
Right, and so we basically had that happen. The customer's car was damaged. We talked to the customer. They were gracious. We have a body shop we work with. This is the real
If
world.
I followed the rule you were saying here, Daphne, if she ever caused any damage, would owe half by sure.
She probably
because
owes
she
money
would fail
already.
any drug test I gave her.
Right, and she's caused a lot of damage with...
Hey. Yeah, it's crazy, though, thinking about how
Right.
marijuana
And
has
it's
changed a lot.
So that's the stuff that's real, and especially with employees being so hard, you got to basically be smart about what you do. Understanding people do recreational marijuana. You want to find line.
It's going to happen.
Yep.
Troy, what's going on? Troy. All right, Daphne, I'm going to put him on hold. I'll go to Lisa. Lisa, what's going on with you?
Hi.
Hi.
Well, this is a divorce matter. Is that okay?
Of course, what's going on? Is it your divorce, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
I divorced my ex-husband. It was filed in Jefferson County here in Denver.
Yep.
September 20th of 2017. And he was court ordered to pay me maintenance.
Okay.
A large amount. He owes me $10,000 in arrears from temporary maintenance plus $3,033 per month for a term of 10 years beginning October 1st, 2017.
Got it.
He's not paid one penny.
Okay.
So he moved out of state. He lives in Carson City, Nevada. I know the exact address where he's living. However, he's evading, his responsibilities. This is maintenance, not child support.
Yeah, I was curious about that. I'd like to talk to Bonnie Shields on that. I know they're completely separate. If it was child support, there's quite a bit you could do. But with maintenance, what state did he move to?
Carson City, Nevada.
Okay. Does he have a job?
Well, I've got everything. Seriously, I know where he lives. He's on his third fiance, if you will.
Yeah.
Where'd
you find this gem?
I know, right?
No, seriously, where'd you guys meet? I'm curious. This is the Dr. Laura in me.
We met at
What bar was it?
out. That's right. Stetson's Paradise out in Golden, Colorado. If you can believe that.
Trust me, I believe every bit of it. So, but where does it stand now? It sounds like he owes you well over $100,000.
Correct. You are correct. 8% interest.
Yeah. Is your question basically, is there any way to collect it or what you should do?
I petitioned the court.
Yeah.
And I redid the interest support judgment. Okay. And that at the time I did it, it was $93,811. So now we're into November. So add another $3,033 a month. Okay.
Yep.
Then I also petitioned. May I say the judge's name?
I don't care.
Magistrate
Sure.
Carithers,
Okay.
Magistrate Carithers. Very difficult to work with.
Yeah, but what is that?
my-
It's not the judge not paying you guys, though. I mean,
No, okay. So I requested, so I asked to amend, let's see, the current bench warrant be modified to add and include the state of Nevada, because I had spoke to Carson City, Nevada Sheriff
got it.
Department, and I talked to a gal there that was very knowledgeable, and she said, just have them ask the judge to please add the state of Nevada, ask them to please add the word extraditable. She said, we will not extradite him. We will give Jefferson County a courtesy call and say, hey, do you want us to extradite him? And even the sheriff told me 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, no, keep him. So I did exactly what Carson City Sheriff's Department asked me to do. And
did they pick him up?
Oh, no, he's got a bench warrant here in Colorado.
I understand. So keep going.
It will not transfer out to Nevada. And Carithers, Magistrate Carithers here in Jefferson County, whom I'm told by several.
Is the problem
people,
the extradition, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, extradition, and I need to know what paperwork I need to file, because I did my own divorce. I got everything
All
I
right,
asked
hold on.
for.
We're going to try to get Bonnie Shields up. I think you just whispered in my ear she's not there, Daph.
Right, she's not available.
See, Muhazen, maybe it is. See who else we have on the referral list that we can get up and ask about this. You know, a lot of times, if you do have a warrant from another state and they pull you over for something that's nonviolent, I mean, they're not going to spend the money to bring you or ship you somewhere. That's just a fact of life. I mean, that's just how things work. Andrew, hold tight. Troy, you hold tight. 303-713-8255. We've got a lot coming up. Hang tight.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Credit Karma.
Well, the biggest delays remain up north, I-25 southbound between 144 down past.
What's that? What's her?
This is the woman? Yeah.
Left lane.
Practice area industrial.
30 or 60.
I think that could save businesses in the long run so much money.
This woman did a workshop, and then one of well, I'll tell you what, every person in that room had their eyes open. There was a line to talk to her afterward to get her information. And she did a review of my stuff. She's a litigator. She sat in the courtroom representing, like I said, dealership, chain. She specializes in automotive, but she does other.
So what did that cost you to have her go over your?
I put out about.
Get your truly free
I want to say it was about
American
$25 to
free credit monitoring.
That's
From
nothing.
Credit Karma today.
Hold on, guys.
Download the Credit Karma app now. Credit Karma. Here's to progress.
A lot of it, but she's like, this ain't good language.
All right, American Restoration. If you have a fire, if you have a flood, if you need any kind of emergency services, there is a lot of companies out there will simply put the screws to you. This company will stand up. They'll do the right thing. By the way, any kind of chemical contamination, toxins, asbestos, meth, anything that you can imagine that can happen to your house, American Restoration, and they're going to treat you fairly, and they're going to deal with your insurance company. I'm going to give you the number. Write it down if you ever get flooded, a fire, anything. 8337-AM-REST. 8337-AM-REST. 833-726-7378.
Heard about the new all-in-one medical.
Now imagine there's templates out there, and every business is a little different. But I would have thought you were going to say 10, 15 grand.
No. So it was under 3,000. Now, mind you, I probably spent a couple hours beforehand on the preparatory meetings. So she was like 400 an hour.
I'm going to go a little long on this icon.
$0 copays on Tier 1 prescription drugs filled at Walgreens, and
peace of mind too.
Membership, so you have the freedom to spend.
Is it
and you can get something to your employees that makes it look very professional. This is, it's
Medicare
right.
Walgreens.com for all the plan details. That's
It's in the record.
Walgreens.com. Limitations and exclusions apply. Benefits and features vary by plan.
And then who do you have after that?
Doesn't recommend products and encourages you to evaluate your needs. United Healthcare contracts directly with Walgreens for this plan. AARP and its affiliates are not parties to this contractual.
Oh, okay, so hour 4 is pretty current around the sheet.
Not only that, is they try to cover a bigger area than what they do.
Fix It 24/7 for more than 30 years, and I can tell you he's dedicated to the very best service at the very best price. Fix It 24/7 are licensed plumbers and HVAC techs.
No, I understand.
He does
drug screen, and you can get them in your home for just $39 to diagnose any
But just your
problem
peace of mind that if you get something, oh, geez, this happened, what do you do? And
to get a complete, honest estimate of all the work needed. And if you have the work done, they'll waive the $39. Fix It 24/7 gives complete upfront pricing before work begins, 100% satisfaction guarantee, and it's just $39. They'll treat your home as their own. You won't find better services for better prices anywhere. So if you have any
oh,
problems,
this kid here,
give them a call.
1,500 bucks for that. I think you get the whole thing. Because it says you got to sign off on it before they take money out of your check.
You have to sign off on it. Not a dang thing. I'm boring now.
Yeah. You're bored?
Boring. He asked what's going on with me. I said nothing. I'm boring.
Well, I'm excited.
We know. It's on the side of the van.
I got boys' night out tonight.
You got what?
Boys' night. My 2 sons and
Strip
dad.
bar?
Oh, we're throwing dollars like they're the sale. Come on, man. I teach them better. We are going out to dinner. Probably Buffalo Wild Wings. That's what they love. Okay, that's.
I'll ask you on air. I mean, if you're going to go hard
I'm
body
going big.
and
I'm going
Buffalo Wild
big.
Wings, I gotta hear about it.
We're tearing it up.
Weird. Then a movie? How old are you boys?
23 and about to turn 18.
Okay.
So two great young men. Love them to death.
I can't say it enough. Save money.
December 15th.
On the phone. If you're doing
December
a kitchen
15th.
project, you don't have
He's
to
my
roll over and shop around.
right after 9/11 baby.
Give you a price on the phone. He may want some measurements, of course. Maybe a few photos. He'll tell you how to do
And we
that.
thought we
Call,
were done
get your
having
price.
kids.
If you like it, you will go to the showroom and pick out your material, your edges,
That's what I
your
was too.
sinks, and
Yeah.
cabinets, and that's
I went
a
bought
small
one.
markup.
What was in the first two?
He is a direct stone importer.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Stone, as well as
Yeah, I would. And this kid,
quotes
he
on the
cracks
phone,
me up.
303
He's thin. He doesn't look like any of us. He's thin as a rail. He's got
All right,
6%.
Dan, I'm going to use you here in a minute.
Also, he will tear out and haul away everything free. 303-386-59.
Like a sex doll. Oh!
Like a robotic sex doll.
So continue
God,
the
it's a second
so
hand
continue
use
the
for work.
continue the Jeff Kimmer. Don't forget the Jeff Kimmer. The Jeff Kimmer day.
I said there is no monkey.
There is no monkey.
Tests. That's for sure. See why independent research by
Oh
Silk Road shows
my
Indeed
goodness.
delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.
She's back.
All right, hold on, guys.
Get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
All right, so I got to tell you guys something. This is going to be, it's a little embarrassing, but when we were in Hawaii, Suzanne and I last week, we went snorkeling off the coast of Lanai there. And guess what I forgot to take off when I jumped in one time? Go ahead. Guess.
Take off your
My
glasses.
glasses. So my glasses, 2 days before we were flying back, sat about 50 feet below the ocean surface. So I had no glasses. Why am I even
Wait, it's only
telling
50
you?
feet.
I'll tell you more about this. I'll tell you more about the story in the second. Oh, yeah, I'm going to dive down 50 feet.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, my God. But here's what I wish. Suzanne, what did I say? I wished I had what done and where? What did I
Lens
say?
replacement at Icon.
That's right. I wish I went to Icon. I wouldn't have suffered for 48 hours in Hawaii not being able to see crap if I went to Icon. First of all, here's the coolest part about Icon. You can show up, and 100% they'll give you all their options for free. They'll talk about LASIK, clear lens replacement, anything you need. Icon will tell you exactly how much it costs, and their prices are unbelievable, and the different options for you. And it is an incredible place. I wish I did it. 866-GOT-ICON. 866-GOT-ICON. They've got locations up and down the Front Range.
Ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW. Then you can hear Dan Caplis impact your ride to the house this afternoon at 4.
Getting 630 KHOW from
Wow.
iHeartRadio.
Good
Denver's
commercial
talk
with your,
station.
Yeah,
On your smart speaker.
not bad.
to me that was LASIK. That was
You're
the best thing of
almost
LASIK.
you're almost pretty good at doing this.
Yes, it's true. I jumped into the ocean, so here's the real story. And it's a little embarrassing. I hope Suzanne doesn't mind
me telling it. I'm sure she'll be a little embarrassed too, but we go snorkeling. So we leave Maui, and this woman, a great captain, when she's not captaining, is that right? Captaining this ship, she is actually up in Alaska doing fishing tours or something.
My kind of woman.
You know, you see dolphins, you do all this other crap, and they stop at different places and you jump in the ocean. Well, there's no bathrooms on these boats. So where do you pee, people? Come on, where do you pee when you're snorkeling?
In the ocean.
In the ocean. So, my God, in between stops, I've got to pee so bad at this point, I don't even know what to do. I'm about to jump off the boat just so I can urinate in the water. Simple as that. We finally get there. I get my equipment on so fast, I jump in. Whoo, everything's good. I get back out after snorkeling that site. We both get back out. We get back up on the boat, and I start thinking, my God, I don't think I could literally ever do that again. My bladder was going to blow up. So I decide before we leave this site, I'm going to jump in without my flippers, without anything, just jump in and pee and get back out before this woman drives me around for another 3 hours and I can't pee. So when I jump back in, of course, I'm not putting the mask on. I'm not putting the flippers.
That was about to be my next question.
And there it went.
Because you said
there went the
I was
glasses.
snorkeling. You can put your goggles over your glasses.
And Suzanne had to pee just as bad as me.
Really?
Probably worse. I was traumatized.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Sure, I peed like a racehorse. I mean, and that's...
Now, listen, Lisa, let me get back to you real quick. We have a call in. Next hour, we're going to hang you on the first 10 or 15 minutes of next hour. I've got an expert that's going to help you, okay?
So, may I just say this?
You can say whatever. What?
Okay. This was my fourth writ motion to amend the
All right, hold on.
contract.
No, you can't say it. I'm going to put you on hold. We'll talk next hour like I was saying before. Greg, what's going on? Your car got booted. Greg.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Where did you get booted? Apartment complex? Where?
Right on a side street next to my house.
Okay, so it was a city boot.
Excuse me?
Was it the city that booted it?
Yes.
Okay, hold tight, man. I'll get to you first. Coming up. Troy, serving someone out of state, that can be tricky as hell. Troy, we'll talk about that. Andrew's got a question on an F-150. Andrew, real quick to prep these guys, what is the question? Then we'll go to it after the break.
Well, my question is, it has 97,000 miles, and it's a private owner.
Got it.
And my thing is, where 2008's good, it's a V8.
Oh, you're looking at buying it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a good question. So, guys, think about that over a break. An F-150, 2008, things that can go wrong with it. Jeff, maybe you can chime in if that transmission's going to give out soon. 303-713-8255. Don't forget, listen, we've got another hour. We've got full lines. I promise I'll let you know when someone drops off. But savingonfees.com. Check it out right now if you're in business. Savingonfees.com.
2008. Let me think.
That's how you lost your
Have you guys called up our credit card yet?
I have one more.
Dan, it was bad. I mean, but our first stop, we get back out, and I said, I hope we have a pit stop because I gotta go. Mark's like, there's the ocean, and I'm like, all right, so I guess I'll do that the next time we hop in.
Oh, everyone. I do that in the pool.
Especially Mark.
The general rule, you have this Ford, so you flip it around on its end, okay? Spill backwards, driver returns on foot.
It wouldn't have been so bad, but all of these dolphins.
That should give you a lot right there.
So we sat in dolphin watch for an hour. It was unexpected.
You know the dolphins pee in there too, so you guys think...
Yeah, but the pH is good.
And of course, they're like, bring your own drinks. So of course, we've got our beers.
You got cocktails. You guys are enjoying. That's why he's got to piss like a racehorse, right? He's just going, my bladder's going to explode. Yeah, you bouncing around.
Not on the boat.
Really? Not even like a...
It was a little boat.
You guys didn't go get the glasses?
I thought they were that little portable.
No, the guy looked.
He looked. Our tour guide looked.
50 feet. Remember, we're not diving, we're snorkeling.
You use an anchor.
HD2 Denver.
Grab the anchor.
Right there, and you're talking about
Hey, if she was a good wife, She would have taken a couple deep breaths, grabbed the anchor,
Get
dropped
your
it
ass
in,
down there,
get
girl.
down to that bottom and get my glasses. I mean, come on.
Blow up extra bubbles when you got it.
Yeah. I mean, tug on the line, we'll pull you up.
Marie Ivanovich is fielding questions from both Republicans and Democrats in this.
Ask him who I have when you see him.
The career
Again,
diplomat was
he really sold that.
He clocked it.
and accused the
He
president's
woke up with
Did you look and see what Miles Garrett's salary was?
She described in her opening statement.
I'd have to be interested.
You did?
You're not really. That's
Girl fighting.
I mean, the reason I say that, it's 5 seconds of your, you just lost it. And what's it cost you?
Peyton Manning said it best. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 15 seconds to lose it.
I know, you're right. You're right.
Wow.
Well, I mean, look
All right,
at...
make sure he knows I'm going to do TMS live, though.
An uncertain future.
Also happening, President Trump's longtime associate and friend, Roger Stone.
Oh, his ass is grass.
Oh, he got a $20 million signing bonus, so he got his money up front.
Who?
That Miles Garrett that did it.
This is ABC News.
He lost his cookies, man.
Digging in as anti-government
He's going to be doing boxing lessons after this thing.
We now have the first comment internationally by Chinese President Xi Jinping, essentially throwing his
At least he didn't bite his ear.
chief executive,
Huh?
also saying that this has
It's still early, though.
It's still early.
What?
He's going to go back and bite his ear.
It's like Suarez biting everybody.
I read an article, they said if that other guy pressed charges, the police might have pressed charges against Tyson.
Oh, and he already said he hasn't taken anything off the table.
New Jersey is demanding
The
$649 million.
quarterback? He'd be stupid. He'd get a lot of it.
No, unless he was really fucked up.
Of course, but he wasn't even bleeding.
Say Uber's drivers should be classified.
You know, listen, concussion doesn't mean you're bleeding.
I know, but it didn't look like a concussion.
Mark's had 6, hasn't affected him at all.
Alex Perez, ABC News.
Liberty Mutual
God, you know we've
Insurance
missed them,
Company
honestly.
Where's the money, Karen?
What's with this Doug thing? It's the stupidest
The money
commercial.
saved by having
What do they think is so
What
funny about
islands
it?
did you guys go to?
We went to Maui and then we went, I think it's pronounced Lanai. That
Lanai?
we, Lanai. I think is how they say it. Lanai? Lanai.
Hey. Lanai.
So we went over there and rented a car.
That's
We ferried
the
over
oh.
for the day
I
and
heard the
rented a
story about the
car.
leper.
and
What's the
like-
leper island?
Oh, that's Maloki or
There's
Malokio.
actually a couple lepers still over there.
Leapers. They're called leapers.
You gotta take a donkey down.
Leapers with an eye.
Really? You want to gotta take a donkey to go see the leper? It costs $100.
It's $100 to take a donkey down to see a leper.
How long are you gone for?
Just a week.
He's gonna go hunting cats.
I don't get to travel there.
Are you gonna do it? Really? With spears?
Yeah, but I hit it.
That is cool.
If we can put it together.
With spears, really? You gotta sign something off, or?
A new report from the Colorado
That is
Education
cool.
Association
Almost
outlines some of
nobody
the
out there
shortcuts.
hunts a firearm.
Colorado spends $2,700.
So how do you?
Most of the people out there who hunt the pigs, it's usually almost like a ritualistic thing. So I mean, yeah, there's a lot with spears and some dig pits. So you do have to watch what you're doing because you can step into a pit.
That CEA president
I've heard this. Tell me this is stupid. That they would hold up, have a spear like up against a tree, and when the pig comes at you, you lift the spear up and get him.
Police say
I don't know why the
two
hell you want
suspects
to
in
do
a
that.
car
Kill
were
that fucker
accused
before
of
you're coming at
shooting
me.
in
But
another
No,
vehicle.
no, well, it's a longer spear, but I mean that way it's up against that and stuff. I mean,
that would be the stupidest way I've ever heard of it.
I know, but you're those pigs. You're just gonna run up to them and stab them.
Or a tree or whatever.
They're huge, though, aren't they?
Sometimes, I mean, most of them only stand maybe.
Of course, these aren't Russian boars and stuff.
No, there's almost no Russian boars left. People would talk about going boar hunting.
This report is sponsored by
But those feral pigs in Texas are big.
They can be.
So
And if you've ever seen the devastation they can do to a peanut farm, I mean, it's
not used to this class.
So what island are you going to?
people
On
who take
this hour,
people
we
who
started
hunt pigs.
in
I mean,
20.
we used to just hang out in the C-store, and there'd be a farmer come in and say, "You boys got your guns in the truck? Yeah, come with me."
Oh yeah, they're a wrap.
east and west.
You know, it's
a wrap. Exactly.
And a lot of, the helicopter hunters, they do it and stuff. They just let them lay.
Yeah, and they funny too. To get that, because you have to have special permits because they go up there with automatic weapons. For your Saturday, mostly cloudy.
Automatic weapons?
No, they'll go up there with 30 cal. On Sunday, it's 64 right now.
Hold on, guys.
With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine.
6:30 I'd take some pictures. I think
Refinance
this
your
sounds
mortgage
fun.
and save
What island?
$1,000 each month.
Big one?
Restarting your term.
All right, hold up,
It only
guys.
takes 10 minutes to get started when you choose American Financing. 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 122334. Regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
All right, transcranial magnetic stimulation. What the hell's that? I'm sure that's your first question. I'll tell you something that is really cool about this. If you suffer from depression, or someone in your family, a loved one, anybody that you know that has suffered from depression and has tried numerous different kinds of medication, maybe they were on Paxil, maybe Prozac, whatever all they're called out there, they've tried numerous different things to feel better, and it does not work. Well, that is where this comes in. TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation. It's FDA approved. It is the real deal. It's non-invasive magnetic pulse therapy. They will make you feel better. If you're a candidate for this, your insurance will pay for it. So if you or someone you know has suffered from depression for a long time and have tried numerous different medications, this could end your suffering. Simple as that. TMSsolutions.com. Very, very important. TMSsolutions.com.
Now has your shot at $1,000 now. Text admission.
What's that?
The story is about 200. You'll get a confirmation text. And
you hunted nice with pigs? With dogs?
Yeah.
And the dogs would run down.
And then you'd stab them and then pull back and stab them. And with the dogs.
Well, if you stab them right, you really only stick them once. You usually bump them.
Now, Tom Martino, the troubleshooter.
All right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. You know how it goes. You have a problem, you need it solved, you call this number, 303-713-8255. My name's Mark Major. Mr. Martino has stepped out. Doesn't matter. When he's not here, I'm here to handle anything you've been ripped off, taken advantage of, right here, directly due to this show. Directly due to this show. Over $100 million. In fact, I'd even argue $200 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refund services, directly due to this show. We go after bad we do that. But we go after bad landlords. We go after bad contractors. We also have a great list of good guys, like the guys in studio with me today. It's car day. It's Friday. In fact, Albert, how are you, sir? Pro Auto Care?
Absolutely. My mom called me Albert.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is your name, though.
It is absolutely.
Yes.
If you wanted to roll it with a margin, you'd say Alberto.
Alberto.
So, but
Jeffrey, how are you doing?
I am rolling, thank you.
Are you a Jeffrey or a Jeff?
It's Jeffrey.
Or Jefferson?
No, it's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. That's kind of,
yeah,
little,
I've been called other
it's
things.
It's a little feminine.
Yeah. Twice the woman you'll ever have, 3 times the man you'll ever be.
Ooh. All right, 303-713-8255. Listen, we do have one of our experts on, Jay Muhais. And so Lisa called last hour, and I'll recap real quick so I don't have to go nuts listening to it again. But she got divorced in 2017 in September. And, Jay, I'm saying this for your benefit as well. She gets divorced here in Colorado. I think it was Jefferson County, if I'm correct, if that even matters. But anyhow, her ex owes her $100,000 in support. She was supposed to get roughly like $3,000 something a month. Plus, she also got $10,000 for like emergency something or other. But the bottom line is he moved to Nevada, and she's trying to figure out how to get him to pay. What say you, Jay?
First of all, hello, Mark. Good talking to you.
You too, man.
Pleasure to appear with the Troubleshooter show.
You got it.
Listen, so it depends. So if we're talking about...
How come every attorney in the world, I swear to God, it doesn't matter. Listen, I'm being serious, Jay. It's so funny. It doesn't matter if it's someone that's doing estate. It doesn't matter if it's personal injury. You ask them a question, it depends is the number one answer.
You're so right about that.
And I guess it does depend. I know a joke about depend, but I'm not going to say it on air. Okay, keep going, though, Jay.
Okay, well, here... The it depends comes in because the it depends part is that it depends if we're talking about child support or spousal support?
It's spousal support for sure. No child support involved.
So this is good news because usually you can go to your local, it's a government agency, child support enforcement, and yes, it's called child support enforcement.
No, wait, Jay, you misunderstood me. It is not child support. It's spousal maintenance.
I understand.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can often get the child. It's a government agency that is there to help you get support when someone is not paying both child support and spousal support.
Okay.
You have to ask them if they're willing. You have to ask them if they're willing to help you.
Here's what Lisa, let me kind of cut to what she's going to try to explain because I brought her up. But Lisa's basically saying she went to some judge here or magistrate here, and what he needs to do is put something on the order that the guy can be extradited. Does that make sense to you, Jay?
Yeah, it does, because if someone is not paying support, and keep in mind that these are court orders.
Yep.
There is a court order that he is willfully disregarding.
Correct, but he left this state.
The court has the power to issue a contempt citation where he can face up to 6 months in jail and other remedial enforcement actions by the court.
Excellent.
If he's in another state, you may have to coordinate and find a way that any warrant that's issued is not just statewide, but potentially can go nationwide.
All right, so now, Lisa, now that we have an expert attorney on for family law, what is your direct question?
Okay, this is verbatim from the judge. I did a forthwith motion to amend the current bench warrant. The motion does not cite any legal authority for the relief requested. This case is a civil matter, and it is unclear as to whether the court has the authority to grant the relief requested. Motion is denied but may refile if legally.
What was the motion for, though, Lisa?
Supported. The motion was that the current bench warrant be modified to add and include the state of Nevada, Carson City, Nevada, also requesting that the verbiage.
That's enough. So, Jay, basically the judge shot it down.
I think that the judge is not shooting down the fact that there is a warrant here in Colorado, but that the way you are going about trying to get a warrant to be outside of Colorado is beyond the jurisdiction of this particular judge. You probably are going to have to go and register something with the Nevada courts and have enforcement action taken in a Nevada court.
So, Lisa, that's what you're going to have to do that, Lisa. Or you're going to have to hire an attorney to do that for you in Nevada, Lisa.
Yes, exactly.
Well, wait a minute, though. Jay, I'm sorry, but Lisa, if you already knew that, what are you calling for? This judge apparently can't do anything about it.
Well, because, again, according to what he says, specifically, motion is denied but may refile if legally and factually supported.
So you didn't file it correctly. Hire an attorney. Jay?
No,
okay.
Let me finish.
Go ahead. Finish. Finish, Lisa.
CRCP 121 1-15 1A and 3. So he's trying to make me go look at the Colorado State.
He's not there to help you. He's the judge.
He can't give you legal advice.
Exactly. That's why I'm calling you guys.
Oh.
Exactly.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put her on hold. Lisa, I know you can still hear me. My God, call an attorney. Call an attorney. The judge is saying you're not doing it right. Call an attorney to do it properly.
Have her, you can off the air, give her my email address.
All right.
I'll talk to her off the air and give her further advice. Okay?
I love that, Jay, and that's why we love people on the referral list. Honest to God, thank you for that, Jay, because I might hang myself.
Oh, it's my pleasure, my friend. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Hold on a second. All right, so do me a favor, Daff. Give Lisa Jay's direct information so she can get some help over there. This is what happens when you pretend to be your own attorney, though.
It hurts you.
Dan and Dan didn't go to this one. Clint went with me one day. I watched this lady get sued by a roofer for non-payment. No, actually, I'm going to take it back. How did that start off? She sued him in small claims court. He bumped it up to county court. He hired an attorney. She shows up all by herself, pro se. Guess what happens?
she ends up probably bankrupt. Oh, my God. Not only did she lose, I mean, she lost like 30, 40 grand. I think she lost her house.
Oh, boy, that's a big deal.
No,
hey, I
huge.
told you earlier I was pretty excited about tonight. Boys' night out.
Yeah, listen to this. Listen to this boys' night out, guys. Ready? Everybody, first of all, if you have a hat on, please hold on to it. Go ahead.
Boys' night out. Tonight is the airing of Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh.
And the boys going out to Buffalo Wild Wings. We're eating gourmet. That's what my sons want.
That's where I bring Suzanne for anniversaries.
And you're quite the man. And so, you know, this is going to be an event. This is portrays.
I heard it's a great movie.
Henry Ford III is involved.
Is it a great movie?
This was the deal with Carroll Shelby. This is history.
Is it supposed to be a good movie, though?
I will have to agree with you on a good movie if that's what you're trying to
Who
get
won?
to. But
Who won the race? Ford versus Ferrari. Okay, well, how the hell would I know that?
But I want to go back to the fact that you lost glasses 50 feet and didn't recover those.
I was going to send Suzanne down, but she said, I can't
Just
hold
grab
my
an
breath that
anchor.
long.
Grab an anchor. It'll bring you down to the bottom. Take a couple good deep breaths and recover the glasses, Suzanne.
Yeah. Come on, babe. Why didn't you do that? What happened? I step up for you.
What's love got to do with it?
There was a honeymoon couple on this excursion with us. So at 7:30 in the morning, he's popping these, what are they called? The Claw.
No laws when you're drinking White Claws, Mark.
Yeah, so there's this liquor out there called White Claws. It's like a seltzer water.
It's this generation Zima.
Oh,
yeah, it's
yes,
Zima-like.
I've seen it.
So, and apparently their logo is there's no laws while on the claws. So as they're popping the claws at 7:30, the guy pulls up his arm. He's got a tattoo of the claw logo on his arm. Now tell me, can you imagine getting a Budweiser tattoo or something?
And they just got married.
They were on their honeymoon.
That should have been her clue right there.
She might have had one too. They might have had matching claw tattoos.
Wow.
303-713-8255. One line open. Andrew, 2008 F-150. You want to know what can go wrong with it. You're looking at buying it. Gentlemen, what do you think?
Correct.
Well, any used purchase, we've gone over this time and time again. You've got to get it checked out. You don't know what the last guy has done with it, what's getting ready to fail, what's wore out, what's broke. You know, when it comes to the transmission inside that, typical lifespan, we see most of those coming through somewhere, between 75 to 125,000 miles.
So you might be looking at a transmission. How much would that cost the full rebuild?
Worst case scenario, probably about $2,800, $2,900 or under.
Okay.
The other issue that comes up that I've seen on these is the engine. If this has the V8,
the 5.4.
Those are the ones that blow the spark plugs out.
Well, they have.
You got to put the Healy coil in.
Yeah, that's one of the issues. But they had a problem with the phaser, variable cam timing. The phasers go out, and they were the while people were repairing those phasers. Guess what? That doesn't fix it. 6 months to a year later, you'll deal with the same problem again. And Ford now no longer will do those as repairs. They'll replace the engine.
Oh, man. So, Andrew, I mean, we don't want to, poo-poo your entire dream. But what would you guys buy? Let's go there. What would you buy with 100,000 miles on it, built 11 years ago, that wouldn't have these same type issues?
Even that 08 Ford could be a very good vehicle. We're not saying it's not, but get it checked out first.
That's what we're saying, Mark.
No, I wanted to get it checked out, but I guess my question could be, too, Ford, I kind of like Fords, so...
I own a lot of their stock right now. I wish these guys would.
I own a Ford too.
What years seem to be better than others? And I know it's all a crapshoot, as they say. Especially buying used. But
guys, what do you think? Just as a general question, I would always say Toyota, Honda are probably the best long-term used vehicles. I mean, is there some truth to that?
No, not anymore. The American product most of the time is standing up to that, especially in the truck market.
Okay.
Right. But my man to the left, he had that opinion. Here's the stuff. Those vehicles are good in its class. But moving into the truck class, I heard him say, I love Ford. I'm going to answer what I feel to Ford. Right around 2011, 2012, Ford took a major shift in product and quality. I've seen them build some pretty decent units.
Very cool.
Best, but they're pretty good.
All right. Hey, man, thanks, Andrew, for the call. That's one line open. Everybody hang tight. I got to pay a bill.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
Gotta give medicine when medicine
comes. So you're hunting pigs, okay? Where you must have a guy.
No, we used to just go out in the fields and run them down.
No. In Hawaii.
Oh, no.
With spears.
No, there are no guys.
You're just going out there with a spear?
Look at this guy. Do you think look like he's a guy for crying out loud? You're freaking Davy Crockett in the.
You're up behind Pearl City. You go all the way up into the top of the mountains up there, and when you get to the end of the residential area, it literally just it's like going onto a trailhead. You go down into the valleys from there.
What do you hunt out there?
Pigs.
Pigs with a spear.
Oh.
But are these a little?
This
Okay,
guy,
hold on, guys.
This guy. I got more to say.
Okay.
How about a plumbing company that does one thing so well? You ready? Plumbing. These guys do everything. I mean everything. I don't care if you need, let's just say, a frozen pipe fixed, or let's say a toilet installed, or a new sink installed, or a new faucet, or a new bathroom area, or you own a commercial building and you want to build out a new bathroom, or a steam shower. Anything to do with plumbing, and especially 24/7 emergency service and sewer replacement. Listen to this. Most of their sewer replacements are less than $7,500. That is more. God, I get crazy talking about these guys, because that is more than 50% savings from other companies that do the exact same sewer replacement. These guys will save you a fortune. They're a great company. They've been on our referral list for a long time. Master Rooter Plumbing. By the way, they give discounts for single income families, and that's on top of their already low prices, senior citizens, military personnel, free estimates. Listen to this next part. Write this down. Ready for this? They don't charge a trip charge if you're in Denver Metro. 24/7 emergency service, the best, the greatest. These are great plumbers out there. You ready for the phone number? I'm finally going to give it to you. 720-434-3406. 720-434-3406. Master Rooter Plumbing.
See, here's Pearl Harbor. He goes up back here. Dan. Here's Pearl Harbor. He goes back up to these hills.
So is that federal land then, or what
There's
is that?
some.
State land?
There's the National Wildlife Refuge.
Can you just go up there and
Here's the Pearl
dog? Do
Harbor.
you rent a dog?
Which part is he going over?
He goes back here to hunt the pigs.
Yeah, I've done all that.
But you haven't done it
that
before.
way, up to the coffee farms and everything.
Okay, you got to get to Turtle Bay for their golf course.
But you got to have good dogs.
And he had leopard hounds. I mean, his hounds were worthy.
No, it's the North Shore up here.
Turtle Bay.
Where's Honolulu?
Also protected their necks. And we only ever lost one
Honolulu's
dog.
here. Yeah, the North Shore's up here.
Yeah, I know. I've been to North Shore.
Yeah,
Turtle Bay's there.
It's all by itself up there. Also, there's a beautiful golf course on this island, Four Seasons. Holy cow. I mean, on this one.
Stupid though. But they
I
charge
don't
like
know.
$500.
Yeah. But yeah, the North Shore.
I've been there, but I thought Turtle Bay was to the east.
Turtle Bay's gorgeous.
Is it to the east or to the north?
I
thought it's there.
Turtle Bay's got 3
No,
dogs.
this is, no, here's Honolulu. Turtle Bay is right up here.
It's going
It's the opposite.
See right here, Turtle Bay Resort.
Yeah, Turtle Bay, you were so stinking right.
The Jack Russell Terrier did? No way.
So this guy goes fishing, he doesn't have to, he catch so many fish, he pays the fish.
Did you hear a story about the Jack Russell Terrier and the thing? What a great movie, or if you would have had a video.
I had no idea why he had this. I don't even know how he trained him to do it. So, but we go out, we were hunting the pigs, and we were hunting with knives. So we had dogs that would get a hold of pigs. When they got them restrained, you just go kill them. Well, he always had this little Jack Russell that was with us, and it never made any sense to me because the Jack Russell's useless, right?
Yeah.
No, so one day they had this big boar up against this rock wall, and they couldn't get a hold of this pig. So my buddy just goes nuts, and the dog goes over there and starts running around. I mean, the pig.
You have a Johnson's construction in the hopper.
I mean, it's to zip in and he can't catch up to it. Finally got an opportunity. Was underneath.
That one I don't want to do.
By the
Just for
testicles,
some other
down.
reason.
Pig just dropped right where he was. Just that happened.
Holy cow. Just you sit down on the Jack Russell Terrier.
Oh yeah, you're up.
Hold on, guys.
That's good stuff.
All right, I don't know about these other bums in here, but you want to hear a good Christmas gift, you guys could get your beautiful women. You ready? You ready? How about new flooring? Now, I know Tom's going to say, hey, I don't know. You know, Mark's the kind of guy that bought Suzanne, what was it? What was he busting my balls on?
Vacuum.
A vacuum.
A vacuum
Did you like
cleaner.
Okay, maybe vacuum isn't the best example here.
Oh,
but how about with
the
new
refrigerator.
flooring?
The refrigerator.
Well, did you like the refrigerator?
Loved it.
Now, how about new flooring? Would you like that for Christmas?
If I needed it.
Well, let's pretend.
Well, just go
She's
with
not
it.
making this
You
commercial
need it.
easy.
No, absolutely not.
Here's the bottom line. If you need a new flooring, and I don't care what it is, if it's carpet, if it's hardwood, if it's laminate, the best out there, Simply Floors Inc.com. You simply go there. They can either come to you, you can go to their warehouse. They sell a beautiful line of shot. In fact, we had them install some of the best carpet we have ever had in any home ever in our current house. It is called Life-Proof carpet. I believe it's called Life-Proof, but you can virtually spill anything on it. Everything comes up. It doesn't wick through into the padding or wick back up. It is an incredible product. They have everything. They even have 100% waterproof flooring now. Hardwood, real hardwood. They'll come to you, show you everything, or you can go to their warehouse. But it all starts by going to simplyfloorsinc.com.
So what did Tom say about the vacuum? Yeah, that's where she hides her money because she never used it, or something like that.
Right, that's what he said. That's it. Yeah. He said it.
Giving you the power to lower your insurance costs. In fact, safe
What about
drivers
today
can
when he
save
helped
40% or
the
more.
guy? Yeah, he's my neighbor, an elderly neighbor, and I helped him chew his food.
Download the Allstate app today.
Where in the world do you come up with this stuff?
See, I would have thought the Big Island would have the most pigs.
They might, I don't know.
You don't hurt the baby pigs, do you? The little ones?
Oh, these are, what are they called?
They actually take
Chad?
them when they're younger.
They're so cute. I want a pig.
The smaller they are, the better they taste. The bigger they are, they tend to be a little bit
I want a baby pig for a pet.
What are they called? What are dolphins?
We're mammals.
Mammals.
No, but I mean, are they a herd?
No, pod.
Pod.
What?
That's a pot of whales, but a pot of dolphins
What's
too?
a baby dolphin? Veal.
Little.
The little fucking
Yeah, the little
the baby dolphin's a little fucking dolphin.
LFD.
Oh, he's lined up for that one, man. I heard that ball get hit out of the park.
Calves. They're called calves.
That's why I said
That's the same thing for whales.
Those
And
are
the
cows
same,
and bulls.
yeah, the same thing for orcas. The same way. Have you seen the
Pod
deal about
also
the
dolphins,
orcas
pod is right.
are
That's like
killing
whales.
great white sharks? There's a whole thing on YouTube about it.
All right, 303-713. I'm not even going to give it out. I'll give it out when there's a line open. Man, we've got a lot going on. Let's see here. Where did we leave off? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Keith, what's going on with you? Keith, you're up.
Sorry, is that me?
Yes, sir. You're
Yeah.
Keith.
Hey, Mark. Cool. Thanks. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Thanks for taking my call. I bought a brand new 2019 Ford F-150 in late August. It's in the shop right now as we speak. It's been in twice now, counting this one.
For what?
It's funny. It started out, it was a rough shift between first and second. And then on the highway, as you let off the gas, it shifts hard going up and down through 4 through 6.
I thought there was a recall on this, guys. They're looking it up as I'm talking.
Not necessarily a recall as much as they have TSBs.
Wasn't it a reprogramming of the computer?
Mm-hmm.
So they've reprogrammed it twice?
Well, no, the first time they said they couldn't reproduce it and it wasn't showing anything on their computer, and so they didn't do anything. And so it's continued. And now what it does, it shut down on the highway. I was going about 65, let off the gas. It throws itself into limp mode, drops down to 4th, 5th gear, and it came back on. But now it shakes. The whole truck actually shimmies when I'm at 9th, 10th gear, going about 60 to 70 miles an hour. So, crazy.
Is that the death wobble?
No, it doesn't sound like it's that. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? I mean, how many miles are on this thing now?
Oh, I drove it off the lot with 20 miles on it. Right now it's got, I think, 5,000 miles on it. So it's my primary work truck.
The problem with the problem with Lemon Law and trying to get a new one is you're just simply not going to qualify at this point. I mean, you've got to be out of the use of that vehicle for basically 30 days for the same issue.
Well, and right now you don't even know if it was the same issue. I mean,
That's right.
If it's a consistent problem now, there's certainly, you said before they weren't able to reproduce the complaint. So at least they've got the head start of, now we know what it's doing. Where are we going with this repair?
Yeah.
And they're going to need to involve Ford Motor Company in the technical division to kind of step in. And sometimes it's just being a squeaky wheel, but not being a jerk.
God, their amount of recalls lately has been insane, guys. I mean, it's been really bad.
There's a lot out there because there's a lot of new product development and stuff like that. For him, it's tough. He's got 5,000 miles. He wants to drive his truck.
Yeah.
And it's like Tom said, if you can't get satisfaction there,
what dealer
find
are you
another
using?
dealer. Exactly.
This is O'Mara, and they've been, pretty forthright. I don't have any issues with them at this point.
I wouldn't. I'd go to a different one. I mean, if they've looked at it twice and haven't done anything, I'd go to a different one.
Mark, I'm going to weigh in on this real quick. So many of the manufacturers, like the domestics and stuff like that, they break out their shops in divisions. They have the heavy engine guys. They got the tranny guys, the front end like that. That's typical. Most of the Japanese shops that I worked with for you became a master. You did everything. You may have one or two guys that are decent, but that's the thing. You may find somebody that's much better at another dealer that actually is the transmission expert. And those are the ones you want.
So that's it, man. I mean, you're not looking at any kind of buyback or anything now. I just switch dealers and have someone get it fixed.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know that it's a transmission issue. It feels more like it's a timing issue. If this is an old distributor, I'd advance it a little bit. It feels like it's just running off.
No, you got to
go
shop a new service department. I can't stress that enough. People never seem to do that. I don't know. They feel tied to whatever dealer.
That's what they feel, that they're going to create a problem in their warranty because that's where they've gone and that's where the repairs were started. But the manufacturer is the one covering, not the dealer covering the repair. Go find a place. Go talk to a service manager. Honest to God, just go to a place and say, who's the service manager? I'd love to talk with them.
All right, PJ, what's your question?
Hi.
Hi.
I am getting ready to start shopping for a car.
Okay.
And I love the way the Ford Flex looks. I haven't driven one yet. And I know they're not, they haven't been around a million years, but I was just wondering, anybody have any comments, ideas about any issues, reliability, anything they know of, negative or positive on the Flex?
Guys?
I totally will weigh in from experience. How about that?
Did you own one?
We currently own one.
Oh, you own a Flex right now?
We own a 2011 Flex. And the thing we just found out at the SEMA show is they discontinued making the Flex.
I just looked that up. I was almost positive they discontinued it.
Kind of a niche market of sorts and stuff. Not that they had major issues. When they came up with the EcoBoost motor, and you can buy it in multiple trim levels, that EcoBoost V6 is a fabulous motor. The only issues, if you want to know what issues we've had with it, is the fact that it's an all-wheel drive and it's a sports suspension. So it has a tendency to want to be a little rougher on your tires.
It's almost like a crossover then.
You better
big
believe it.
crossover.
Yeah, because it's got big old wheels and tires on it. My wife loves
So yay or nay, buy it?
Oh, absolutely.
Get it checked out, PJ.
Here's the biggest things you're going to look at. Like I told you, the tires. Number 2 is going to be the misfire due to direct injection. If that car's never had an induction cleaning or injector cleaning, it's going to need one.
Get it done.
Get it done. Get it checked out by a competent place.
And if, quite frankly, if the aesthetics, the actual Ford Flex look isn't necessarily what's drawing you to that car, that exact same platform's available inside the Escape and other lines.
Yeah, it's true. But the room and the ability to fold all those seats down, you have 3 rows.
I think she likes
the
That's what she
loves.
loves.
A big deal. But you mentioned the all-wheel drive and the 3.5 EcoBoost that is available in a lot of other parts of the line.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
All right, got it, PJ.
I hope that helps.
Okay, I do. What about any particular year that is better than other years?
Get it checked
I know
out.
they're not available now.
I don't know that anything became that much better. Always as production years go on, they seem to find all the problems and they do the updates.
But when they discontinue stuff too, you're going to you're going to hit a value decrease for sure.
Yeah, 5-year-old car's a great car. Okay, they built a good one, so that's looking like now a 15, 14 basically. Go get a check. Go see what you like. The trim levels are amazing because they came in a limited. They came in a titanium. I mean, those are fabulous trim levels. All leather interior, beautiful cars.
All right, PJ,
great.
thanks. Hey, what does PJ stand for? I'm just curious.
It's a private jerk. She doesn't tell.
Well, that's very bizarre. She doesn't tell. Private Papa John's. PJ. I'm like, what does PJ stand for? Peanut butter and jelly, right? P and J.
Patty Joe.
Patty Joe.
Pajamas.
That'd be interesting. Patty Joe. All right, 303-713-8255. One line open. Be right back.
You get text up here. I just texted you an article of this domesticated. Here, Al, I'll send it to you too.
Okay, I'll get it. I'll go with that.
Oh yeah, the guy who got gored by the deer.
Oh, that is like caribou Tamichi. That's
dude, it looks like the deer had a collar on.
I know. I know.
It's like, you people. When I first moved into there, we had a
There
house.
it is. Now I
Domesticated
texted you.
deer.
They probably caught it when it was a fawn. Raised
Aw, it was so cute.
Like
I'm
just like a dog.
And they
Yeah,
shot it
100%.
dead.
An outdoor
But
dog.
people are idiots. I mean, you
They
know,
shot it dead.
but that
Well,
was one of the things
it
that
chased a
you know, I got
kid.
two things.
It was
When I first
charging
moved
at
into my
people.
house at the top of the hill over there in Canterbury,
They
that's
think
where middle
the
school
owners
is now.
let it go because it was getting
There's a
too
lady down at the
wild.
bottom of the street
Police,
who was actually putting out food
You
for
said
the
I
cows.
texted you. You should
It
see
It was only a
this
four
guy.
pointer. What's wrong with
And
people?
it's, you know, we told her it's not good. By
We
the
got
way,
them in my
it's
neighborhood
so
all over the
forth.
place.
There's no
We got a little
routine,
wild
no good
rat,
dog.
little
She actually went out there one day
you guys
stuck her hand over the fence
all the
because
time.
they got to the point where
that
they take
wild
food out of her
turkeys.
hand. She stuck her hand over the fence one day with no food in it.
Yeah.
Well, they were going to eat one way or the other. They tore the woman up.
Each gate, while other firms
No
sell
food,
injury
so
claims
you're the
quickly
food.
so
But
they
somebody
can
up where
avoid
we're
Denver
hunting, because we stay in a
Trial
cabin,
Lawyers
somebody up there is
fights for
feeding a
their
fox.
clients. Visit
Because I was out on the deck one
denvertriallawyers.com.
night drinking a beer, and I see these eyes come running at me in the dark. And I thought at first it was a fucking badger. As it gets closer, I see it's a fox. I sit and watch him for a minute. He's real pretty. He's out there. Well, I noticed this plastic grocery bag sitting on the deck, so I went to pick it up because I didn't know what was in it. He came running up on the deck and sat about 1.5 feet away from me and sat down. We had about a 3-minute conversation about this is not normal behavior. You got to go away. So somebody's up there feeding this thing.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot. I got a neighbor who feeds.
Okay, listen. Open enrollment. It started November 1st. It ends January 15th. If you want to make any changes to your health insurance, you need to get it done before that date, or you simply can't change it. And the folks we use, Suzanne and I use them, Tom and his wife use them, everybody here uses them. Ready? Integra Insurance. John is a great guy. His wife Day is a great guy. His kids are great people. His employees are great people. 25 years experience in the health insurance business. They're going to be there to fight with you if someone doesn't want to pay a claim. They're going to tell you the best insurance that's right for you. That's the most important part. Doesn't matter if you're on Medicare. It doesn't matter if you're with Kaiser right now. It doesn't matter what's going on. He will present every option and pick your brain, and you guys will come up with the best option for you and yours. And it's all free. 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500. You have to do this before January 15th, or else you can't change. If you're a young guy over 18, you're not on your parents anymore, would you make the call? You're going to be shocked how cheap insurance is. 303-466-5500. Integra Insurance.
Are looking for a deal, and I mean a deal. You're going to find it automatic direct stone.
Addie's going to ask you if she can stay an extra few days because she doesn't have school.
Are you going to eat it over there? Like have a luau or something?
His wife's about as close to vegetarian as you can. It's possible.
Oh, your brother lives in Hawaii?
Oh, yeah, that's right, Joe. You didn't know that.
Okay.
He ain't heavy. It's his brother.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. So he's done it over there?
No.
Pig hunting, not baby pigs. Jeff would never do that.
Baby pigs?
They're piglets. We're hunting pigs. That'd be wrong.
They never even had a chance to be a pig.
Yeah.
Little piggy.
Big Winnie and Kango all outside.
Oh, geez, look at all these. You guys see them? Look at they're right in the waterway. This is Hawaii.
Oh, they're so cute.
Oh,
They
man.
should have a baby or not.
No, you don't know.
Pig
Pigs.
crossing.
She has a pig crossing.
They should have pig crossing signs.
Pigs are used on a man at the airport. Nice. They're the moment.
It tastes best with an orange place.
Pigs are like the toughest animal ever.
Well, that's why they're around so many places. They're not indigenous to most areas that you find them. But back in the nautical days, the mariners kept them on the ships. When they landed on islands and foreign lands, they would release them because they could survive in those habitats. And if anybody or they themselves ever returned, then it was likely something they would be able to hunt. Yeah.
But they came over, the Hawaiian pigs came over the Polynesians. They're native to the Hawaii from the Polynesians. I just looked it
It's
up.
possible, yeah.
So it's
Wow,
a different
that's
type of
interesting.
pig. Yeah.
For a hail-proof
It's crazy how the Polynesians would travel those open oceans.
Well, like I said,
freaking canoes.
I know. It is
Not much
crazy.
different from the Vikings, to tell you the truth.
That's true. They had no people
the Vikings had better
in an
boats,
open
though,
ocean.
huh?
Well, they're smarter people.
Yes, and there will be discounts associated with it.
Probably it was warmer though too.
Yeah, but they were related to Columbus, so they'll simply be.
Where was it warmer? In Norway?
No. Warmer in the Polynesians.
No, I was going to say, wait a minute.
Yeah, Norway.
I'm thinking not.
The South Norway. That's it.
Over on the East Coast, you know.
Sometimes, in fact, an average size home can be.
That movie, Al, is 2.5 hours.
What was 2.5?
Ford and Ferrari. The Ford versus.
Oh yeah, that's what we're excited about.
Oh, I didn't get to hear it. Just 2.5 hour movie. That's a long movie
That's
about.
a wonderful movie. It's about Lee Iacocca.
It's good.
It's got it's the story of the big automotive people and challenged at the 24-hour Le Mans.
Are we going to see
They
it?
were laughed at.
Did you want to see that movie? Ford versus Ferrari?
We already know who won. Ford won.
Yeah, he pirated it off of his jailbreak Amazon Fire Stick.
Jailbroken Fire Stick.
My wife got one of those. Her cousin, she had the cousin who lives totally in the hood. He's like, I got a Christmas gift. He gave her a jailbroken Fire Stick.
Hey, it's Mark Major with the Troubleshooter.
I'm like, you are straight out of the hood, aren't you? Just straight out of. She's like, yeah, it's free movies, all the latest. My kids totally grabbed it. And they had it for just watching everything they could possibly watch on it. It's like, all fun till you guys get caught.
The owner, Todd Terry, is a third-generation HVAC guy, and with his kids working by his side, that's 4 generations of heating and cooling.
That's pretty cool doing that with Spears. I think that's cool. Hope you take video of it.
What studio got built over here in the corner?
That'd be good.
It's out. Is it KBCO or KTLK?
I don't know.
It's KBCO.
He doesn't have a
The
dog.
little one right there, the little room.
Well, yeah, he does. But
It's
not
on
much
the
bigger
outside
than
of the door. I think it's
Jackson.
KBCO.
Okay.
I should pay more
I mean,
attention.
he doesn't hunt. And allegedly, my brothers have that gun.
So, but yeah, one of the F's. I'm pretty sure. It's
So when you guys play the pig and let the dog see if he'll bite the guy's ball?
So, but I mean, but his wife, I mean, she'll eat the occasional piece of chicken. She'll eat fish. She's close to a pescatarian in actuality, but you know, so there's actually very.
It's like a zoo in here. If you've never been in, you should email Suzanne or Daphne and get on the list to come in as a common person. You'll really enjoy it. Now, on car day, it's like a zoo, though. I look at the vast audience here, and let me tell you, I am the only good-looking one besides my wife in this room.
This is coming from the guy who lost his glasses. You're calling yourself good-looking,
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
And I'm in a different room.
Yeah,
and Daphne's not in the room. That's
she
true.
had to filter the glass so she could see through this to you.
Yes.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but the diversity of intelligence and of wit and of looks is what you find on Friday.
Yes. All right here.
Yeah.
Here. I'm pointing at me. Me.
Well.
Me.
Okay.
303-713-8255. Did you guys see, I promise I'll go to the phones. People always get mad. Hey, he talks too much. Well, whatever. Did you guys see, right down the street from us in Franktown, some deer beat the hell out of 2 people? And it had a collar on. The cops think it was domesticated, like someone rose it or roasted it.
Roasted it.
Roasted it.
They roasted it in the rain.
Roasted it.
Yeah. Your English is pretty parched.
Did you see that, Jeff?
Oh yeah, they ended up actually euthanizing the deer because of it.
What do you make of that? Who would bring up a deer like a dog?
Well, it's a Bambi story, for crying out loud. They fell in love.
Well, the Bambi beat the hell out of the couple that lives down the road from us.
The part we're missing on the thing is like the courage and the wit of the wife to go get a pellet gun and take it off her for poor husband who was getting gored near his groin by the deer.
Why a pellet gun? Maybe she thought he might accidentally hit the husband.
Yeah.
I found that weird when I read that article, too. But it was crazy. It had a collar on it.
Yeah. My question is, would your wife reach for a pellet gun?
No. No. What would you do if I was getting attacked by a deer?
Call 911.
Yeah, I'd be on.
Honey?
I'd be on my own.
You're about to be the next YouTube sensation.
I would be on my own.
She would have grabbed the camera. She would have grabbed the camera and filmed.
Oh, man. All right, 303-713-8255. Kevin, you have a comment on the Ford Flex. We had a lady call up or a guy want to know about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I missed the first part of that call. Maybe you mentioned it, but a lot of those Fords, the Fusions and all those things, they have that horrible transmission problem with this automatically shifted manual transmission they have.
That's not on the Flex. That's the DPS-6. Okay. That's not on the Flex.
Okay, yeah, I know it's a lot of
So in your face, Kevin.
Yeah,
No, thank you for the comment. That is a different one, though, Jeff.
Yeah, that was actually the unit that's inside that Flex is a joint venture between GM and Ford. Ford calls it the 6F50 or the 6F55.
Ah, the old F655.
With the Knuter valve.
Yeah, and the
Not
flux
to be
capacitor.
confused with the 60.
Yeah, the 60. That's right. All right, Bob, what is going on with you, sir? Troy, you're up next.
I've got a 2012 Ford Escape. I've got 88,000 miles on it. It's the all-wheel drive V6. And I'm just figuring on keeping it because I love the car. But what do I have to look forward to as far as, the transmission and the engine and that type of thing that might go wrong?
Gentlemen, and Al.
Yeah. Wow, you're asking an expert on this. But here's the deal. With the transmissions, just like Jeff said, they have a lifespan, okay? What extends lifespans is fluid. You can't keep the fluid change, that's going to last. Engines on those hold up real good. One thing you must do is do some of the services that those things need. This is what I believe in. It's what I do in my own vehicles. Compression restoration, EPR from BG. Clean off those ringlands. Keep that all cleaned up. Good quality oil, MOA. Every couple of oil changes, motor oil additive from BG. Clean those injectors. Clean those deposits. The fuel is full of corn. You got to clean that stuff. Make this stuff last. Do the maintenance and preventative thing will give you years of use. Every vehicle will.
Well said, Al. Does that help you out, Bob?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. 303-713-8255. Troy, you're trying to serve someone out of state?
Yeah, I want to sue the freight forwarder that received the scope and then shipped it to Indonesia. I want to sue her for the cost of the scope.
Well, okay, that's fine. I mean, you can sue anybody for any reason, but where do they do business? Are you talking like what, county court? You talking small claims? How do you want to sue her?
So I run a website, and the order was placed from my website.
I don't care about any of that, Troy. What I'm saying is you want to sue somebody, and your question is how do you serve them out of state, right?
Well, no, she lives in California.
So you got to sue her in California.
Right. So
that's it. So you go to California and you file the paperwork and you have her served. You're not going to serve her to come to Colorado for court if that's what you're asking. Is that your question?
No, I need to find out, do I have to, in California, do I have to actually go out to California or can I sue her?
Well, I'm not an attorney, but I can tell you from common sense and years of phone calls, you're going to have to go out to California, file the lawsuit, and have her served. Now, you can't serve her personally, but you're going to have to hire someone in California to have her served or go through the sheriff's department.
Okay.
And California is so crazy now, honestly, I don't even know what's going on there.
All right.
All right.
So does it make sense to sue the freight forwarder?
Does it make sense to sue the freight forwarder?
How much is this scope worth?
$1,500.
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, how much is it going to cost you to fly out there twice and have to live with them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just want to make her life miserable.
Yeah, I got you. You know what you do? You know her address and everything?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of homeless down there. For $5 a pop, they'd probably go camp in front of her house or something. I mean, there's ways to make people's lives miserable. Hate to say it, people don't like that. But
send her one of those glitter bombs. Have you seen the glitter bombs?
Or a poop in a box.
Yeah, those glitter bombs are amazing. Put a fan on them full of glitter. You open a box and now your room is covered in glitter.
You know, I had an apartment complex tow one of our cars years ago. My God, I think I was 18. Suzanne was 16, and it was our first apartment. They towed our 79 Ford Granada because I either had a flat tire. I don't remember what it was. Something was wrong, and it shouldn't have been. But I was upset. So we also had a big step truck. We had a cake route back then that we owned. So I put right up on the side of my cake route, Sugarberry Apartments, operated by Vector Properties, really screwed me. So then anytime they would drive by with potential people, renters, I would go out and introduce myself and explain what a bunch of bums they were, to put it nicely.
It was like a big UPS truck, and he took black electrical tape and spelled
it out,
all
baby.
out.
And guess what? Guess what was redelivered to me at no cost, and guess what else they did?
A Granada.
Yeah, a Granada.
Really?
That's right.
You're like the Geraldo
right.
Rivera of Colorado. I mean, this is amazing stuff.
What? All right. Gregory, what's going on with you, sir? I would not buy a used Audi if that's your question, but go ahead.
Yeah, just wanted you guys' opinion. Yeah, it's an 08 Quattro
for $5,500.
Gentlemen, I'm going to say this, and I'll let you experts step up, but some of the most expensive cats I ever sold on vehicles were Audis and BMWs. There was one, I remember it was OEM. It was OEM because I didn't have a welder, and it had 4 cats on it, and it was like $4,500. I can't get over some of the prices on parts for something, honestly, as cheap as an A4.
Yeah, so he's asking a question on a vehicle, 2008, which is actually a very nice little unit. The biggest thing with all of those cars is how good is it? Well, you have no idea. All you can do is judge the body unless you know mechanical. You got to go to an expert on that car. Now, I don't always do it, but I want to refer to you a guy, Santa Fe and Bellevue. His name is John Walden, German car shop. One of the best in this town. Been a friend of mine for 30 years. Go get a guy that knows that particular model. He was an expert in those cars.
Michael, that's going to be the best advice, and I have to put him on hold because I'm running so late. But honest to God, do exactly what Al did. Find someone that knows those vehicles. I'll give you that name again right after these messages.
Now, impact traffic.
You probably just confused Michael because that was Gregory.
But even an expert guy, that something goes wrong with that,
That was Gregory.
Right.
Out your ass.
Michael's on a different line.
And they do it. They go back.
In any of my inspections, I just blame the fact that I can only inspect what I can see. I cannot predict future problems with the vehicle. Because here's what, we had a car we checked out, we had a Subaru.
Easiest way to get rid of it?
Beautiful body. Blue, the gorgeous blue, 4-door.
It's got this whole machine, sinus rinse machine.
Inspected good. They have a bunch of maintenance items that we maybe $1,000 for. The guy turned around and bought it. A month later, the car had a rod knock.
You'll be fine.
On further inspection,
Never slept better.
once we started
I know,
inspecting,
guys.
but we don't do this as a PPI. When we drained the oil, it was comfy. It's like
Excuse me.
Hulk Mellow!
You can keep playing off the field now. Try Blue Emu today. It works
damn.
fast and won't stink.
Oh man, was I jonesing in Hawaii? You want to hear why? Because I couldn't talk about Frank Duran, the real estate man. It's incredible. This guy saved us so much money buying our new house, I can't even explain. And I'm talking triple digits. A lot of dough he saved us. And on top of that, when we sold our house in Castle Rock, guess what he did? He got more than the asking price. He got more than other people with the same model in the same neighborhood. Frank Duran, the real estate man, I can't stress it enough. If you're selling or buying a house, you call Frank. You call Frank. 303-920-1622. 303-920-1622.
As you play,
Frank's the real estate man.
He's over here.
My son. So we're using Frank.
So it was clumpy, so you couldn't see it on the dipstick.
Jay Brett.
Well, you check the oil levels, but that doesn't show up on the
So you don't get a little.
No, it's when you drain it, put it into a valve. You don't do that.
Unless you know it offhand.
The name
So
of the what?
would you do
roof inspector is
good
not on the
inspection
referral.
sending the oil
His
sample
name
in
is,
for that?
You could if you did it, but that will take a week to get.
Do you have your email
It's
up?
expensive.
Yeah, there are places that you can.
If not, I'll go
actually
downstairs and get it.
overnight, but it's like all of a sudden you're at $100.
It's $500 bucks.
$130. Most people won't.
For a normal roof. I mean, it's commercial. It can be
Yeah, mine's pretty cheap on it. That's going to
But
be really.
this guy can go to court the whole bit.
Oh, with this
Yeah, they. Yeah.
Bless America.
This is what we deal with.
Land that I love. Stand beside.
Bills paid, done, over.
Bills
I
are paid.
accidentally turned the computer off. I'm sure they're going to love me.
And a California jury recently awarded $289
What'd you say,
million
Suzanne?
to a
Oh,
man
man.
who claimed Roundup gave him cancer. But time is
How much is the license for pig in
If you
Hawaii?
worked with Roundup weed killers and have been diagnosed
Huh?
with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, call the
Small
Roundup
game.
No
Legal
way.
Help
Oh,
Line now.
small game
You'll be
license.
entitled to
Okay.
significant compensation. Call 800-273-1250. That's 800-273-1250.
They're
You
considered.
guys have any specials?
No.
1250.
No.
I can't do them right now.
Can help you with
You're busy.
Right,
Really?
so
We'll do a holiday special.
half price off any tranny?
Yeah, not a problem.
Based on, well, who knows what? The way everyone
We just recently had a 200% increase, so
win.
it'll work out pretty well.
Nobler insurance is
We'll do that free alignment check. 5 callers each location.
First off.
rates
Yeah.
and rewards based on how
Free
much
money.
and how well you drive.
No mysterious
He's that busy, huh?
mumbo jumbo
Just turn
from
it
an
on.
insurance agent that you're pretty
Yeah,
sure
I
is
mean, and I,
taking
you know,
advantage of you.
if I
The
do something
number
like
app
that
can
now,
measure things
then
like how hard
there's
you
no way I
work
can
and
provide
whether
the
you're
service.
texting and driving. I know you'd never
I
do
would.
that to things like daily
Audis,
weather,
for some
time of
reason,
day, and even
kids
road
love them.
choices. Do you head out on the highway or take the
No,
old town
well,
road? The bottom
you know,
line
they're a
is
great car up to about 60,
There you
65,000
go.
miles, and then after that,
There you go.
Which one?
the Audis. I mean, up until that point, they're a nice running car, real cool ride, lots of power.
They're cool.
So,
They got that cool look.
so, but then after that, they start falling apart.
What's the big one? The 88?
The 8's a big one, yeah.
That's a
They,
monster.
they made that a Liberty vehicle, too. I don't know if you knew, which is a chauffeured car. They make a long body of that.
Really?
We have one. We have one come into our shop. And it's a Liberty vehicle. And
I think that's what the coach of the Lakers had.
yeah, what's his name? Phil.
Yeah, he's like 8
Jackson?
feet tall, man.
Phil Jackson.
North Dakota boy.
Oh, is he?
Williston, North Dakota.
He used to be with the Bulls.
What was that? Hi, my name's Christina Stumble, and I own Farm Girl Flowers.
Hey guys, with Thanksgiving being your Friday, that Black Friday is your all's Friday. You guys will go to the next Friday, so your rotation
You're
switch.
moving us. You're moving our rotation.
She's taking us shopping instead.
It's Black
I've
Friday.
been waiting for the day of customer appreciation.
I'll make sure to do a good Black Friday deal for both of you.
Oh, I bet you will.
Wait, we don't even have a show on Friday.
I'll run ads anyhow.
There was one, I think it was the 4th of July, one time when they had a best of show on. You know, so I went home with the kids or whatever. It was a holiday, I don't remember what it was. And we had run a special, and my fucking phone started busting off the freaking... It's like, well, that was actually like 6 months ago.
Damn it!
So you're moving us from the 29th. Just at will. Okay.
So we're moving. So you'll be the following Friday, which is December 5th or something.
Yeah. Luckily, I'll be in town.
Lucky for you or us?
Whoa.
Of course, you know the answer to that.
Oh no, December 6th. December 6th.
Ooh.
Friday, December 6th.
The day before.
Pearl Harbor Day.
The day that will live in infamy.
When your home was built, you owe it to yourself to check out Rocky
Oh,
Mountain
dang
Rental
it.
Foam. Check out the incredible video demonstration at foamyourwalls.com and call 720-676-6363.
Oh, I didn't realize that. December 6th, 6 months from June 6th, which is D-Day. I wonder if they plan it like that.
Huh.
Along with the inflatable tanks and shit.
Then you could hear Dan Kaplis impact
Hitler was
your
so
life
afraid
this
of
afternoon at 4.
Getting 6:30
Pat.
PayPal from
They brought him back into the theater. Knowing full well they weren't going to use him. They made sure that Hitler knew he was in town.
All right, 303-713-8255. Don't forget the number 303 Martino works on and off the air, and that works all the time. We're happy to call you back. We're happy to get you scheduled. Help at troubleshooter.com. That's another wonderful way to get in touch with us. Don't forget, if you own a business and take credit cards, savingonfees.com, simply the best out there. Now, Mr. Al, I'm going to twist your arm. How many alignment machines you got in your stores?
I got 2 of them. They're actually a year old now.
Oh, they're almost new.
Yeah, almost new. They're big, huge investments.
So, but your database, you can go all the way up to what, 2019?
19th are just actually coming out. By the 18th, for sure, we do all the electronic steering cars and all of that.
How about 5 free alignment checks? Free. No $49 charge.
Yeah.
Free. First 5.
That's a screaming deal. We could do that.
Yeah?
5 callers each location. How about that to help it?
303 Pro Auto.
Yeah, call it now. It's not going to be good next week. You do it now.
303 Pro Auto.
Alignment check.
I remember one time on, I think it was April Fool's Day.
The 1st, I believe. Yeah, the 1st
It
of
was
April.
the 1st of April.
Yes.
You ran one of the best specials.
Yeah, the one that was unknown to me. Yeah, the one.
That was the best.
It was unbelievable.
It was a great deal.
I was standing in the store, and the phones completely came off the hook. And a lady called up, and she said, "Hey, I'm calling from the Martino deal." And I said, "Oh, which one was that?" And she said,
"You're probably thinking it's like a $39 Pro Pack."
I'm thinking something these guys
Oil
know.
change, wiper
no, she didn't
blades.
say that.
What'd she say?
She said, I'm calling for 4 free tires.
The 4 free tire
4
deal.
free tires for the next 5 callers or something like that.
So,
3 callers.
How'd that go?
And she wanted to know what color we were. And I said, I know nothing about it. This has got to be Martino and Mark Major probably playing a prank. And she used some expletives to describe both of you guys on that call and hung up.
Huh, that's strange.
It was a great day.
I don't think I had anything to do with that. Yeah. All right, folks, 303-713-8255. I have no idea why I gave that out. Listen, Michael Brown coming up. Everybody hang tight. We're going to be back fighting the fight on Monday. My name's Mark Major, and this is the Troubleshooter Network.